Featuring, it's time for the Ghostfire Media Network podcast show, featuring the stars of iRacing's IVRL and the AOLL. Now, here's your host, the Ghostfire Media Network crew.
Hey, welcome to Ghostfire Media, the podcast. I'm your host tonight, Larry.
Hey, it's Carl. Randy over there.
And Randy.
Oh, you want me?
Randy. Yeah,
I'm Randy.
You were after Carl, Randy. There it is.
Sorry, I missed the drill.
I mean, I tried to be I don't know. I mean, I could have.
I was too busy messing with my amp over there, making sure it was all right.
Hey, it's all good, man. We have Randy, man. You can actually see him. We didn't really get the good introduction from Carl last week, man. Carl missed the first, hour and a half of the podcast. So, Carl, man, give us a little rundown, man. What do you race? What's your number? And what do you do with the GFM?
Yeah, so I drive the number 31 in both the AOLL TNT division and the Sportsman division, and drive for closed circuit racing. That's me, Josh Laston, Chris Oliver, and now Joshua Hanner. And I also do the broadcast for the Cup races on Sunday nights along with Josh Laston.
Perfect. Well, got an exciting show for you guys tonight. We get to talk a little bit here, IVRL. We're going to have a guest, Joseph Causey, on tonight, man. Winner of the IVRL at Atlanta. That was an interesting race, to say the least, man. So can't wait to delve into that one. We're going to talk a little bit about TNT. Not a whole lot to talk about after, your boy Josh just beat he crushed it, man. It was awesome. So
the most boring race I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, darn near just a perfect race. I mean, it was awesome.
Yep.
And then we're going to get into the trucks, and we're supposed to have a special guest there for the trucks, and that's going to be Justin Anderson. Hopefully he hasn't joined the Discord channel yet, so hopefully he gets in here. And then we're going to talk about Cup, and Blake Gordon's supposed to drop by tonight. He's going to pop in around 9:30, so he seemed pretty eager, so hopefully we can get him in here. But, hey, while we got the shot here, let's go ahead. Let's bring in the first guest here, man, Joseph Causey. Hey, Joseph, it's Larry, Carl, Adam, and Steven. No, Steven. Not Adam. Steven.
No.
and Randy. Oh,
Steven Gottschalk is a great racer in AOLL.
Well, we completely lost Joseph here. There he popped back in. Let's see here.
Where'd he go?
Hey, Joseph, you got us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, there he is, man. Hey, welcome to the podcast, man. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Trying to set up this new computer that I have. It's been giving me issues for the past week.
Yeah, you kind of dropped out there. It kind of scared me. I didn't know what the heck happened. But hey, let's
drop out again.
I don't know. You there,
Joseph? You still there? No, he's dropped out.
Okay, well, hey, hopefully he'll pop back in when.
There he goes. He popped in for a second there.
There, hello.
I'm watching. His screen clicks every now and then, so we see him click.
Well, hey,
I'm trying to talk, but I can't.
Hopefully,
computer.
Hopefully, he can hear us, and then hopefully he gets that sorted out. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about IVRL today, man. Right now, IVRL. What a freaking race! Who wants to start this one? Adam, you racing it?
No.
Randy, you called it. Who wants to start
I watched
this?
the whole damn thing.
So who wants to start this? What? Who's got what to say? Hey, there's Joe again.
Joseph, you still there?
Maybe I'll stick around.
Hey, hopefully, man. Well, this is perfect. Hopefully, we get you long enough, man. You had a great race, man. Tell us a little bit about the race there Tuesday night.
Yeah, it was. It was something. I wasn't for sure how to say. Like, I wasn't very confident going. Like, I was confident enough going in. Like, I felt like I was good to be up there, but I don't know. Last time I raced there with Christian, I was really good. But I'm guessing since this new update, whatever they changed or whatever, I felt like I was lacking just a little bit.
Yeah. And a lot of excitement. I myself didn't watch the entire race. I will take fault of that. I know we have a couple of guys. We're missing one of them that caused the race. He's supposed to be here in a few minutes. I'm sure Nick will have a lot to say, but I heard a lot of fiery words in the chat, man. Can the drivers elaborate? Because you guys got to hear it all.
Yeah, freaking. There was a lot going on through the beginning of the race to like middle of the race, and
I mean, it was some spicy language being put out throughout the whole entire race. I mean, a lot of it was fun banter, playful. Like I'm gonna kick your ass, or like let's do this. It was playful banter. But then when the wrecks happen or unintentional bumps and stuff like that, it spiraled and it just kept going and going and going. But the cautions bred cautions, and the tempers just kept staying up there. So finally, when we got a good green flag run, everybody kind of settled back down until the end.
You were like 80 laps down.
I know. I was mellow the whole entire time. I wasn't. I had nobody to be mad about. I was upset at Derek for getting loose there, coming off of turn 2 and dooring me, and it basically ruining my night. But other than that, I was out there just cruising, picking up positions one at a time every 15, 20 laps.
So, Joseph, so you ran a really great race. I mean, you ran out front for the right part of the race. I mean, Christian's out there, for a while out front. A lot of good racing up there, but you had the issue right there at the very end with Blake Gordon, and I mean, did you expect him to be coming on you that quick?
I knew he was coming. I already knew he was going to come, and I was, because Greg Holt, my teammate, he already told me, he's like, I can't hold him off. He's coming to you. I was like, yep, I know he is.
I want to point out, I thought it was really funny that Randy had threw that out there in the last week's podcast and said he wanted to see Blake run in this particular league. And I don't know. We'll have to talk Blake later. He's supposed to come on, and but I don't know if he took that as a challenge. But man, I'm not gonna lie, he ran phenomenal. And as we know him from our league, I mean, we call him the alien because the dude is stupid fast, but. I mean, Joe, you held your own, man. I mean, I don't know what happened. Tell us what happened there. Was there a little bit of net code, or?
It was in between me having a little bit of net. I got loose because I was pushing. I was pushing hard because I knew he was coming. He was right there on my door, and I was pushing all the way to the top. I got a little bit loose right at the exit. And I thought I was going to catch it, and then you could see the slightest bit of netcode in between both of us. I felt like if there wasn't netcode, we would have been door to door, side by side, going in 3 and 4. He probably would have had me at 3 and 4.
Yeah, it looked like you guys kind of if there was no netcode, you guys would have just brushed a little bit and traded a little bit of paint and separated going on the back straightaway. And whoever could side draft the best was going to win going on the back straightaway. And I have to say, side drafting is a thing now. At least on the super speedways, so I tried to use it. It actually worked out decently compared to beforehand. But yeah, it looked spicy. I was in front of you guys about you guys were coming out of 3 or 1 and 2 there, and I was going in 3 and 4. I was about to say, hey, what lane do you want me to be? Because I had no clue what lap we were on. I was so far lap down, just out there running for shits and giggles. And I was like, hey, what line do you want me to run? Trying to be all courteous, and next thing you know, I just see smoke, Blake going up in smoke, and I was like, oh crap, that doesn't look good.
He's still in his 4th though.
Yeah, he did. I watched where he just barely spun out, and he just tagged the inside wall, and he kept on going.
Hey, so real quick,
your first. Let me ask. Go ahead. Since this is your first time racing with Blake, would you like to race with him some more to kind of redeem, yourself, and maybe him redeem himself with you, and you guys maybe run together and get used to each other?
It depends on the days and what days they are. I've already got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday filled.
But no, I mean in the IVRL.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was, it was great to have, more competition in between, just not just me or just a couple of the other people that are just around, us. Because as far as you've seen, me, Greg Holt, Christian Converse, we've all been up there.
Oh yeah, you guys. Yeah, your team Tito is the team to beat. There's no doubt about it. I mean, that's why it was kind of cool to see somebody else running up there with you. Although, I mean, last week we had somebody, the week before we had a different winner other than you, but you had problems.
Oh yeah, I needed a long run at Phoenix. Will got me clean on that one.
Well, hey, I want to point out, you notice he didn't mention you, Adam. So there's that.
Oh man, nobody's gonna mention me at Phoenix at all. In a good way. In a good way. Nobody's gonna mention me ever.
They didn't mention you in Atlanta either, other than Tilapia.
Yes,
the race he was excited about. Hey, I want to point out, Carl, you're real quiet, man. What you got?
Well, I didn't get to finish the race. I had for some reason Facebook wouldn't let me skip ahead in the videos. So right before this race, I got with about 15, 20 minutes remaining. Really awesome watching the side-by-side racing throughout it, though. It was the races are extremely long. I don't know how you guys do it. That is,
it's actually fun, man.
I don't know. So I mean, I think it might be my. We're doing the whole VR thing. Like last night's race was only 45 minutes in the TNT series. My head was like killing me.
Because you got no hair to hold the stuff.
It didn't prop it up. But
rub that bad boy raw.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't know how you guys do it. That's really crazy.
You weren't here last week, but what I like about it is tire wear becomes an issue. We do 65% fuel, so we're out there on the third stage. I mean, the first two stages, you're basically close to a tank or a tank, so you're kind of just doing a complete fuel run. Which you're running on. If we have no cautions, we're running, complete fuel run. And then third stage is about strategy. When are you going to pit? Are you going to short pit? Are you going long pit? Are you hoping for a caution, not for a caution? So there's a lot of different things that happen because stage 3 was from 94 to 190. So, I mean, that's almost 100 laps in one stage that we had to, worry about tire management, pit strategy. So that's what I like about the longer races.
Well, the best thing to do is just follow whatever Joseph does, and you might have a chance to win.
And not Patrick Gaspar.
Speaking of Patrick Gaspar, y'all had the nickname for Blake. Patrick gave me a nickname, and it has to do with some player in the New York Yankees, I'm guessing. My new nickname's the Sandman.
No, the Sandman is actually a wrestler. He was in ECW.
No, but there's a player of the Yankees or something. Patrick would have to explain it, but that's my nickname. Patrick gave me the nickname, the Sandman.
Hey, Patrick Gaspar, if you're out there in the land, message it, man. What I was going to say, Randy, went earlier, and I apologize for almost cutting you off. We've got a good bit of viewers here, so I just want to let them know that, hey, you guys can interact. You have any questions for these guys about the league, anything like that, throw it in the comments because it is live. I can read it, and we will read it off, and we can get you guys an answer. So I want to throw that out there real quick.
I'll just set the record straight before you even ask the question. Yes, my hair is blue, and yes, it is real.
Oh, and ladies, he is taken.
Yes, ladies. Sorry, ladies. That's right, ladies. I am taken. 30 years.
So I gotta know. Obviously, being in the Discord channel and the GFM, Facebook group and everything like that. And like I said, I didn't get a chance to watch the race. And again, it's really long. I kind of breezed through it. And I want to point out that I personally, if I was racing it, and if I had the real time to sit down and race it, I think that's amazing because it's to watch you guys or to know you guys are out there, running laps that consistent for that long is amazing. I don't have the attention span for it, so
0 fast repairs.
And that's the big thing. 0 fast. One mistake just screws your night. But
Yep.
What I was saying though is that actually I completely forgot what I was saying. See, look.
Yeah.
Squirrel. Sorry.
Squirrel. But
Actually,
yeah,
I'm sorry. I was going to say I really like the no fast repair idea, and that's something I'd love to see, maybe for one of the divisions, or maybe something AOL implement as well. Because I think it forces, like, it's kind of what I said, on our Facebook page, last week or something. Like, you can be in the right in a situation in a wreck. You can be the person that's right. You still got wrecked. So I think sometimes it's better, like, even if you're the person, it's your lane, someone will have to dive bomb you to take it. Like, you just lift, let the person go, and race another day. But I think because of the fast repairs, I think some of them are a crutch. You realize we can just go down the pits and.
Trust me, in your other leagues that you run in and that you broadcast for, it's in the admin chat talking about let's limit this stuff, take it down. But at the same time, our AOL Cup Series and Truck Series is a fun league. It's a competitive, but it's a fun family league. It's not a cutthroat league.
And that's I think I tried to hit on it last week. The difference between AOLL and IVRL. When you think about what I'm saying that right. I screwed it up. IVRL. Yeah. I screwed it up. I don't know how many times in the initial, and Adam jumped.
I did my first race calling it too. So.
That's one thing I loved about this league was that it was cutthroat. Like I said, when you put money on the line, when you have no fast repairs, you have that room for no mistakes. So it makes you cognizant, one, of what you're doing, two, of what people are doing around you. And you have to be more tentative, as opposed to, I know when I ran the few races in IVRL, I definitely watched my mirror a lot more. I was watching my left and right a lot more, just as much as I was watching my front. Now, in AOLL, it's not so much. I can't tell you how many times I come around a corner and the freaking alien catches me, and I thought he was like a freaking entire straightaway back. And as I'm cutting down in the corner, he's passing me, and I'm like, where did this dude come from? But that's complacency, and that's because I know that if I make a small mistake, I have that fast repair to follow on. Now, don't get me wrong, to caveat off that, you can't screw somebody else because they could be out of them. But where I was going with that initial thing before I said, ooh, squirrel, Joseph, what happened out there with the 19? I'm trying to grab this entire story. I've got a little bit of it, but I haven't got the entire...
Well, this has already been brewing up between Joe. We call him Joshua. But he's my teammate as well. And it had already been brewing up, I'm guessing, since Daytona and from then on. And from what I could see, 19 just cut across his nose almost. And like they were going, it's like a little bit of a mixture, but it looked like it cut across his nose. And then freaking after that, caution comes out, and then the 19's trying to destroy him.
I was back there. I was right behind those two. And next thing you know, I just see, there's some wonderful bantering in language on the team rate or on the team chat there, iRacing chat, going back and forth between everybody.
You should have heard Discord.
I guarantee it was even more spicier. And so next thing you know, words were exchanged between the two. 19 gets penalized. 89 makes a wonderful comment and gesture towards the 19. 19 doesn't like it. And then next time he speeds up and just clips him, falls over to the side. And then next thing you know, you hear on the radio, he's like, you need to ban this dude. Kick him out. He just wrecked me underneath caution. And I'm like, yeah, I just saw it. He did it. And then he's like, I'm afraid to go anywhere because I think he's going to hit me. I'm just going to stay still. Can you ban this dude? And then next thing you know, you're, and then it's like, he just blew my engine. And then you see him ejected at the top. I was like, wow, that just got interesting really quick.
Oh.
Yeah. It spiraled really
We totally
fast.
missed that. I'm sorry. We missed that whole conversation out there. We were too busy watching the front of the pack. So.
Well, that's like I said, that's the beautiful thing about being in the IVRL Discord, man. Like you get all this side stuff, and it's great. I do want to point out there the 19, he has been ejected.
They dropped the ban hammer.
Who was in the 19? Who drives 819? I didn't even know.
Gene Duda.
Oh, Duda. Okay, I always call him Dada.
Well, Duda is definitely Ghana.
Yeah, he's gone.
Doesn't matter. He's Dada out of here.
Yeah, he's out of here. Hey, so all right, so IVRL, man. Next week, where you guys at?
Nobody wants to race.
Is it Bristol Dirt?
Bristol Dirt.
It's got to be Bristol Dirt, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's gonna be fun. Now,
that's right, because I remember both being Nick going, "Oh crap, we got to buy this track."
If you already had the Bristol, it's already included. Yeah,
Yeah, you already got it.
Is it included?
yeah, it's included. It's a add-on. You didn't have to buy the Bristol Dirt. If you already have Bristol
thank
Speedway,
God.
you're good.
Hey, did y'all
so I
just
was
see
gonna
who
lose
popped in
money.
real quick? Hold on, did y'all just see who popped in?
Yeah, I see. I think it's Nick,
That's
but we don't
Nick.
have a camera on him.
Do you think he's gonna have a heart attack?
Hey,
Hey,
why am I gonna have a heart attack?
Is his throat ready? Like, is it is
Are
they
you
healed from
warmed up?
Tuesday night?
No, you guys are funny.
Hey Nick, hey Joseph Causey is in here with us, and we're talking to him. You want to get all excited about it?
hey, listen. You know, controversy creates cash, like Eric Bischoff used to say.
he's not wrong.
2 books on that, ran 2 wrestling companies on that, and made millions of dollars.
I'll
fully
tell you what.
concur with him.
We found out weren't here, but we just found out we missed the best part of the whole race because the 19 got into. Who did he get into? The
89.
The 89.
Mhm.
Okay,
he turned him. We saw it. It was on the broadcast. He turned him.
we did see it.
Yep.
Okay, we did see that, but we didn't know what was really going on. We didn't hear all the screaming and yelling behind the camera.
Yeah.
apparently,
Awesome.
I've heard some things that apparently this week the 19 and the 89 got into it a couple of times this season. And then I guess this past week was the end all be all, and everybody kind of went a little insane when it came to it.
Yeah, you unfortunately missed all that from Joseph, man. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. That is not the 19, but the other gentleman. That is your teammate.
Yes, the 89.
Yeah. So he's had the inside scoop to all this.
Oh yeah, he was the whole part of it, whole type deal. And Joshi he's a good guy. He just a little hot. Like it's one little thing he'll spark him, and he's it's going to fire from there.
Can you do that again? That
Hey, so what we were talking about there, so IVRL, man, you guys are going to Bristol Dirt. Now, I'm thoroughly excited about this, and I'm excited about it for 2 reasons. First off, stock cars, cup cars on the dirt track at Bristol. That's exciting enough. But you guys had over 30 racers this past week?
I think there was 37 that went into the lobby, but I think only 32 or 34 actually raced.
That's still a lot of racers, and if you put that many cars in that league particularly,
I want to see that
Bristol
many on
Dirt. That's going to be nuts.
It was actually just announced how it's going to work this Sunday. Or not this Sunday, sorry, this next Tuesday.
Okay, Nick, I'm intrigued. I have not seen this. Let's hear it, man.
Give me 1 second. I
got it pulled up.
Don't ruin his fire.
Hey, don't
Come
ruin
on,
my fire.
he's part of. He's the head announcer at this.
He doesn't have
IVRL,
a camera
so he's
on or
got it all.
anything. He needs something for him.
I'm just trying to remember where he put it.
You're asking, you know,
That's
where
what
it's
she
at.
said.
It's in like leak info, hashtag race day info.
Sorry. See, I'm trying to keep it PG-13.
Okay. So this is the Bristol Dirt format. He's going to have 3 10-lap heat races where only the green flag laps count. Points will be earned in heat races by finishing position and then passing points. That's the difference between your starting position and your finishing position. If you don't gain or fall behind from starting position, you get 0 passing points. And then the main feature, the starting order will either be based on finishing position from the heat races or at random draw, depending on what iRacing allows him to select. It'll be 130 laps. Stage 1 and Stage 2 will be 35 laps each. And then it will be a 60-lap shootout to the finish. And fuel has not been announced, but I would assume it's probably going to be like 20% because their fuel tanks are going to be huge for those types of races.
That's gonna be a fun race, man. Joseph, man,
I'm going to lose my voice.
What's your what? We've been waiting for that, honestly.
I told him he has to.
What's
I
your?
told him he has to pace himself because I don't want to end up being the last like 25 laps of this race all by myself.
I'm going to blow it out in the probably the first heat race because it's going to get interesting super fast. I mean, 10 laps to go from what? If there's 30 guys and you break it down to 10 guys each, you got what? 10 laps to gain 10 positions to try to win and have a good start in the main. So it's like, man, it's going to be insane.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of motocross. And I don't know if any of you guys watch motocross at all, Supercross. Actually, one day, Randy, you're going to have to house me because I'm coming down for Daytona.
Which I'm a tank slapper.
Daytona, it'll be at the it's I can't remember. I think it's at the beginning of bike week, and it's.
Why do you want to come down here for that crap hole?
I'm not coming for the crap hole. I'm coming for the Supercross race. That's it. I'm going to go to Daytona.
Then you got to mingle around all the sweaty ass.
No, you don't. I'm going to go to Daytona Motor Speedway, and then I'm going to leave, and then I'm going to come and hang out with you. We're going to go to Disneyland.
We don't have Disneyland. That's California, dude. It's Disney World. Get right.
Same. But anyways,
You're insulting them.
Disney World is the size of like a whole city.
Okay.
Disneyland is the size of a car lot.
You know what? First off,
you just
completely
insulted Randy. That's like when you say St. Patty's Day on St. Patrick's Day and the Irish get aggravated.
First off, you're talking to a Patrick and you just told me about St. Patrick's Day. I'll smack you. First off, I want to point
Happy
out
St. Patty's Day.
I want to point out I am sorry because I shouldn't have said same because it was like calling Californians and Floridians the same, and that is not same.
Yeah. Those people are still locked down going, gee, I wonder if I can go to the supermarket day. Why we're here going, hey, you want to go skinny dick?
There we go, rated R.
Folks, viewer discretion is advised.
Oh man, somebody's about to get the tip.
Just the tip?
Oh my god!
Is it a skinny tip? You want to go skinny dick?
All right. Anyways, hey, back on track here. Hey, Joseph, man, I want to hear your outlook coming up, man, for this Tuesday.
Oh man, I raced a little bit for the Bristol Dirt. I did for week 13, and man, it's something.
So, how do you think you're gonna fare, man? Like,
I mean, I've learned a little bit from. I used to be on a team that was called TVR, Till Valhalla Racing. And all they did was run dirt. So I was like their oval guy. But I would run dirt with them from here, sometimes here and there, wherever. So I know a little.
Okay,
who are you going to, like, when you're racing on the dirt, who are you going to be looking out for? Like, who's the guy that when you're racing out there, you're like going, oh crap, I'm gonna have to go around this guy. Is there anybody that you just kind of feel uncomfortable with out there?
Hello? I mean, for me, I don't think we have any experience with that in the IVRL period. No matter which season we were in, we didn't do it in the Truck Series, we didn't do it in Xfinity Series last year, and this is the first one for Cup Series. And IVRL does not do practices beforehand. Like a
few days beforehand.
Prior.
A few days
prior. So some of the guys within IVRL, they do put up practices. They sometimes hopefully get it right.
There he is.
But a lot of times they don't. Back. So hopefully we're gonna put one up. I think I saw Harvey Abrams wants to put up one. So hopefully he puts one up, or I think I might put one up because it's gonna be a learning curve for all of us to go in there and try to run on dirt, and hopefully nobody's temper's going to flare because you're going to be doored, you're going to be hit, people are going to mess up, people are going to spin. It's life. It's Bristol. It's dirt.
So you said hopefully no tempers flare. What do you think the odds of that actually happening are?
It's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
Well, okay.
Nick can't figure out what he wants to do. He wants to go to little screen, big screen, little screen. Big screen.
I had a half-second delay on everybody's faces. So I was like, I need to fix that.
No,
I have that.
Hey, Joseph, do we still have you?
That?
Yes.
Okay,
like
awesome.
I said, I have 2 computers here, and I'm trying to fix my brand new $2,000 computer. So,
Well,
Hey,
hey,
Carl,
that's why he's
did you
so
say you
fast. He got
hope?
one of those-
Did you say you hope for people to not get their tempers flared?
Me? I never said that.
Okay. Oh, that was Adam.
I was asking what the odds were.
Oh,
He said
I'm
that.
for tempers flaring.
Oh yeah, I think tempers are great.
slim and none.
It
I
makes
think,
it.
I think anyone that has raced in TNT with me knows that I can have a temper. So
come on,
The
man.
more
I-
tempers flare,
Now,
the more
Nick,
interesting our
Nick,
broadcast.
I know you don't read our group chat very often, but have you seen the temper that this kid's got when I say something in that group chat?
Oh, I see. I read the
He
group
fiery
chat.
all the time, all
He's
the
pretty
time.
fire. Well, I mean, you do know how to push people's buttons, Larry.
I am
That's what we love
That's all
about
Larry
you.
does.
I'm pretty good at that. But hey, so real quick, man, I want to get one more.
Cody just said.
Tempers will flare, rolling on the floor laughing.
Joseph, hey man, I gotta know, man, how are you gonna do this week, man? What do you think? Prediction?
I'm gonna try to get some practice in because I mean I do okay. I'm okay at dirt. I'm not gonna say I'm the greatest because I don't know how everybody else is on dirt.
This
But-
guy,
Cody
you
said
hear
tempers
this guy
will flare.
saying this? I'm no good. I suck at this
I'm not
track.
saying-
He goes off and
I don't
wins every
listen to
damn
him when
thing.
he
What the
says
hell?
He was on a dirt team track too that raced dirt. So I mean, hey,
Yeah.
try to be humble more, man.
I mean,
I can't stand when he tells me, "Oh, I'm not gonna do that well," because he goes out and leads like most of the laps and wins the race.
Right.
that
Hey,
was only the road course.
that's called being humble. Well, hey, Joseph, man, it was a pleasure having you here tonight, man. We really appreciate it, and we really hope that we can get you to come back again, man.
Definitely. I'd love to come back.
All right,
We'll win some more
absolutely.
races. Oh wait, when you win next week's race, the week after that, the week after that, we'll bring you in. All right, how about that?
All right.
This is Ghostfire Media featuring
Joseph
Joseph
Causey
Causey.
of IVRL. Cody, I know
Appreciate
you
it, guys.
Cody, I know you're listening, so I'm going to need you to step up your game. Anyways, hey, Joseph, man, we hope you have a good night, man.
All right, you too, guys.
Well, this is going to be like our transition period, and with that transition period, Randy, we're going to shut up for about 15 seconds. Let's hear it.
Oh, we got sponsorship time. Hey, folks, if you're looking for a new guitar, vintage or used, check out theguitaraddict.com for all your guitar needs. Whether you're looking for an amp, a guitar, pedals, they've got a wide selection of all of it. So check them out at guitaraddict.com.
Man, that was perfect.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was perfect. And I want to point out that is a unpaid sponsorship. So
No, you're paying me because I'm here.
wait, I'm talking about you paying us.
Oh, I know. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, so we're gonna switch gears here. This next little segment we're gonna go into now, we're hitting AOLL. All right, now AOLL, we've been wanting to do TNT. We're wanting to go to trucks, and then we're wanting to go to Cup. Kind of run in that manner, right? I mean, it makes sense. But everybody that runs this series watches TNT, grew up in TNT for the most part, come to trucks, and then go to Cups. So when we bring people in pretty much for this, we're kind of bringing them in together because I think the league has kind of put down that it is a giant family. I mean, would you guys agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a good family league, and then like you said, everybody, for the most part, grew up in Sportsman to Cup, TNT, Sportsman, then Cup, or now we got like Carl, he's doing TNT and Sportsman, so he's trying to make his name known in the lower series and move up to the Cup on Sundays here, probably next season.
And I
Absolutely.
am making a name for myself. Whenever I get in a wreck with someone, I get talked.
Minus that Nick Adams guy. That guy's a jackass. They should just get rid of
Hey,
him.
I want to point out Nick had a great race going 2 weeks ago, and then sorry, man. One mistake led to another. I mean, the man wrecked coming out of the pits, but
I don't want to.
Nick.
What happened the other
All
night?
right, so let's let Nick introduce himself. So we're
That's
going into that
Nick
segment.
has it. Nick has
needs
it.
to introduce himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you need to tell him who you are, what do you drive, your number, and what do you do for Ghostfire Media.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm the loud, annoying one.
I wouldn't put annoying.
No, I'm Mickey Adams. I drive the number 30. Right now, it's the Busch Light. What is it? The Legends car? Is that what we're driving right now? It's the Legends car.
TNT series.
Next season, it'll be. Actually, I'm not going to announce that yet because I'm going to put that on the Facebook page. Oh. But there's going to be some interesting things happening next season to the number 30 ARCA Chevy. But I am the Tuesday night broadcaster along with Randy, and I'm also the producer on Tuesday. Yeah, and I usually pop into the Cup Series on Sundays in the playoffs.
I like what he just.
But
put
what
there.
is this Tuesday? You have to tell people.
What the IVRL Cup Series, the IVRL Butt Kicker Cup Series, the probably the hottest thing going out there right now on
butt
Tuesday
kicker.
nights. I mean,
they
are absolutely amazing. And I'm also the guy who comes up with the butt kicker ads off the seat of his pants in the middle of the race.
That's right, because I don't do them.
So now that we got that introduction, man, let's switch those gears. Let's go ahead and bring in our next guest. Like I said, it's going to be Justin Anderson. He did join the Discord channel, guys. So this was a pretty popular request within the group chat, man. Seemed really candid, had a lot to say after last week's Cup race, and we want to bring him in. Let's talk to him. We want to talk about the evolution of AOLL and bring him in and see what he has to say about the TNT, and then we're going to really delve into the trucks and the Cup with him. So let's bring in Justin Anderson, shall we? And Justin Anderson, do we have you?
I sure hope so, because I haven't started drinking a long time ago.
Justin, first off, I got to know. And God, I hope you have the right answer for this.
Go ahead and draw it out more.
Condom or no condom?
And there went that PG-13 rating, ladies and gentlemen.
That Disney Plus sponsorship we wanted is definitely gone.
All right. First off, is that...
Hey, I didn't say anything bad. I mean, there's Trojan commercials all over the TV.
That's a good point. Hey, is that a picture of you and your wife there?
No, actually, that's... A Ravens fan and a Steelers fan can never get married to each other, just as an FYI.
Okay.
No, that's one of my best friends. I've known her for 20 years probably,
okay.
And she today's her birthday, so that's my FU picture that I post on her birthday every year.
Okay, so I want to throw a little not shout out to you, but a big FU to both of you. I'm a Bengals fan, man, and now I got a Ravens fan. I got to freaking look at a Steelers fan sit like a picture, and then we got a Patriots fan over here. What are we doing? Why do we let these people in here?
I can't say nothing. My quarterback left and went to Tampa, and then won him a Super Bowl. So
Joe Burrow's the future.
Who's the winner in this room right now? Oh, that's right, I am. Because you got back there, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Bandits, and all this stuff.
Hey,
back there,
I'm gonna hold on.
There. You got too much of mood lighting. We can't see it.
I'm gonna need the ladies. I'm gonna need the ladies to quit quacking over here or squawking. This is between the real men of the AFC North. Okay, this is a real division.
When was the last time AFC North won a Super Bowl?
We beat the pee out of each other. We don't have a healthy team to go against.
Yeah, we never have anything left because we stomp all over each other.
It really is.
Hey, if you guys had any brains, you wouldn't.
It really is. I mean, hey,
I'm
I'm just saying, and this isn't for the Steelers, but I mean, did y'all see that freaking hit that was put on freaking Juju Smith-Schuster by freaking Von Bell when the Bengals laid him? That was amazing. But anyways, I had to give my man a little bit of crap here. Justin, man, you're one of the original members of AOLL. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Thanks for making me oldest in the room.
No.
I think Randy's older.
I'm older than you, and I think I was before you, Justin.
You were indeed, actually.
I was, yes. I was Hawaii age.
You've aged better, so.
I can't disagree with that.
I see his liver spots on his face.
That's right. I do have some liver spots.
That was a joke.
So I was 10.
That's all. That's sun damage, actually. That's
I believe it. I believe that.
Yeah, like the 90s seems so long ago, and yet I've known Steve Goschalk for 25 years, probably.
Hey, Steve, I want to point out, Steve, one of my favorite people, period, in AOLL. That's an awesome dude, mainly because we give Steve, a lot of crap.
That's the thing I feel almost bad about like being friends with Steve is almost like kicking a puppy because he's so nice and so much fun to harass.
Kicking a puppy. How do you line that up with that? And hey, real quick, everybody, we have our TNT winner finally join us
Yeah, it's Steve Carell.
with a beard.
Last night I was trying to figure out who he looks like and who he reminds me. I thought it was Zach Galifianakis, and that's not the guy's name. It's Steve Carell.
It is Steve Carell.
No, Carl's more of a Zach Galifianakis. Carl's more of a Zach Galifianakis.
There's not enough beer in the world to do this every Friday.
You know what? I won't be here every Friday. I have gigs to do.
That's why we go with the Tito's, all right?
Oh, look, he's got the Tito's. He's even got the Team Tito's on there.
Larry, I don't know what you expect to do tomorrow, but let's not do anything useful.
False.
Tea time.
I will be no, I don't have a tea time. I will actually be out fishing with my family. I'm gonna take my kids and stuff fishing on post.
Is that because you got made fun of for chick beer last week?
Hey, I appreciate the fact that you watch our show, man.
Of course.
That is awesome.
Larry Patrick.
I got to know, how much do you watch though? Do you watch all the broadcast?
As many of them as I can. Yeah. I always skip over if I get interviewed at the end because, like, I hate the sound of my own voice when I'm actually speaking. I certainly don't want to hear it twice, but I do try and watch as much of the races as I can. I almost always watch the TNT because I don't participate in the TNT series, so I want to see, who's up and coming and who I might have to stomp all over when they get to.
So
you already pulled that off, so I don't. You've got nothing to worry.
I gotta know real quick, because we are in that time span of the TNT race. How did you feel about our guy Josh Laston's dominant performance
Being the most
this week?
boringest driver.
What did you think about that? Did you get to watch that one?
You mean the one from yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I haven't had a chance to watch. No, I would have watched it
Don't
tonight.
bother. Don't bother. Don't
Yeah,
even
don't
bother
bother.
watching it.
Don't do that.
Boring
Dude,
race ever.
the
guy won
I
by
have
like
the standings
8
up, so I
seconds.
know what happened, but I haven't
Yeah.
watched it yet.
Well,
Watch
he won by like 10 seconds.
Yeah, 8, 10 seconds. I don't know what it was.
Congratulations.
It was so far.
He was gone. He was gone.
Congratulate him on that.
The only
He
thing.
spun out. No, just kidding.
It really just came down to I had the lead, and it was just manage the tires and make sure I did not screw up at any point because, yeah, that's how
And,
many
hey.
races have been lost at this point.
Didn't you say last week you hate that place?
I do.
Yep, he did.
It's
Multiple
turn
times.
5. It
Yo,
is turn 5.
Causing.
I am pretty sure that he was complaining about not liking it, like, as he was going around the last corner of the last lap, like, just about to win. He's like, I hate this place. But no, I just want to point out, Josh, you had a huge lead because you had a very good teammate holding second place off for a little while. So
I do have to appreciate that.
because I knew that I wouldn't be able to compete with either of y'all. So
Well, I mean that's sweet.
What Larry's saying
When
there,
he
he
says
wouldn't
that it
do
was
that for
just
any
a-
of his teammates.
He says that it was a gracious move, but he just wanted second, and when he realized that it wasn't, that's when he took a pit stop.
Yeah.
I mean, we were rooting in the booth for you last night for a closed circuit to finally get up there, be 1, 2, and 3, waiting for Chris to make his move and take over third, so you guys would be dominating 1, 2, and 3 there. But the 66, he was not giving it up.
well, Chris never had really a shot of getting up there when he pitted when he did. He kind of took like my pit strategy. I come in with that mindset of I'm going to pit around like between lap 10 and 15. Josh can tell you I was talking about pre-race. I was like, this is kind of the window of where I'm going to be pitting, and so I did that. I was probably like 15 or 16 is when I pitted, and then Chris saw me gaining on him rapidly, and he's like, I'm going to pit too, but it was like lap 20, 21,
Yeah,
something like that.
his pit was way too late to make use of that tires. He'd have to come in. You got to, if you're pitting, you got to do a little bit before halfway, around halfway mark. You can't go until 3/4 of the way through. Your tires are going to mean nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he was gaining on me quickly, but it was just there wasn't enough time.
So I got to know from your aspect, Justin, what are you seeing from the talent right now on TNT? I mean, like you said, man, you watch all the races. Seems like Friday evening. So what do you see coming out of the TNT division?
Trash. I mean, sorry, just kidding. No.
Damn, Josh.
I love it.
Wow. Again,
you
look at the sportsman, and you look at where we are in that.
No, so actually,
it's a jump.
It is a
Hold
jump,
on.
but it's really
I am.
impressive how quickly people improve. Like we were at Charlotte last Wednesday night, and it was a great race. You know, it was clean. People from people from TNT were in that race. It was a great race. It went, really smoothly. So I think that there are people from TNT who are ready, and it's the confidence to take that leap or make that step that's almost more important. They have the talent. They just have to believe.
Well, and I want to point out real quick, kind of going to caveat off what he just said. Throw in, for instance, Dan Witt, when he runs, he's run very well.
That was so fun last Wednesday night.
Yeah, and the guy has run super well. And then the races that I have ran outside of that road course, which, by the way, I would have finished a lot better because I'm actually decent at that road course. But
And I would have punted you in turn 5.
Hashtag humble brag.
yeah, right. Hey, thank you. That's it. But I mean, come on. I mean, I came up from TNT. I got a 5th, and I've got a 10th so far. What I have ran so outside of that road course. So you can definitely make that jump. But are you willing to put the work in? And I'll tell you right now, Dan's put more work than I have. And it shows on the track. He's faster than I am. Wow. We know.
Is this the part where I'm supposed to courtesy disagree? No, you're fine.
This is why we brought Justin on, because we had to get that. I think it was Josh that was like, we got to bring him on. This guy just he tactfully says.
Dan Witt was who I was battling at Charlotte on Wednesday, and it was a lot of fun. Like, we were the two who had a set of tires left at the end, so we took off from the field, and I saw his red truck in my mirror, and I didn't realize he had fresh tires too, so I went to go cruise for a lap or two, and then it said car inside, and I was like, what the fuck?
So, my pit strategies didn't play out the way we wanted to. Me and Johnny were trying to do something different than everybody else, and I think there was almost 3 distinct, and there was a couple other onesies and twosies that are out there that did pit strategy all different, and I loved it. Charlotte used to be a bottom feeder track. Nobody really ran the middle to high line. We got multiple groups going, and everybody was out there running multiple different pit strategies. And you were up at front for a little bit. I was up at front for a little bit. Blake was up front for a little bit. So we were all
Andrew
passing
Burgess.
the leader. Yeah, Andrew was up there.
Too.
And I was rooting for him at the end
both.
before the caution, and before that caution came out. And then my pit strategy didn't work out for me. But then at the end, I saw Dan Witt all over your ass, man. I was like, "Go get him, Dan!"
Well, I lucked out. I had one of my biggest struggles. I do a pretty good job of saving tires, but I am horrendous at saving fuel, as evidenced by me running out 100 feet from the line at California, or whatever track that was. So I actually didn't change tires on my green flag pit stop, because then it would force me to save fuel because I couldn't go flat out.
Is that why you're always diving in the pit road? Like, you're just a bad man, like, caution pit, caution pit, caution pit.
Well, so, what race was it? It was, Phoenix, last week when we had 50 whatever caution laps. I would have been able to make it to the end. So if we hadn't had that last caution, we would have been good to go. There were about 4 of us who pitted on that last caution. But also, the more fuel you have, if your tires don't have your car's looser, and often these setups are tight.
Yeah, absolutely. You speak about that. I mean, the weight of the fuel, it really changes the car.
It helps the car rotate some.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not being a tank slapper.
Yeah, tank slapper waiting for that. What the hell, tank slapper?
It was funny when you said that, because I'm like, it's a motorcycle term. Why are we using this in a car sense?
I've used it in both.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, I want to take that quick reverse, man. We'll get back on track real quick. Obviously, I'm not going to harp on the TNT series right now because, Josh, no offense, that was boring.
We know. I told you guys beforehand it was going to be boring.
There was really good racing in the field.
Well, hold on. Now, not so much that as far as with some racing in the field. We had a lot of close battles in the field. Me and Randy got to call some great battles. I think 4th and 5th. Okay, my bad. Steven.
We have to blur that.
You're right.
Blur what? That was a pinky,
we got to call some great battles within the field, and I just want to bring up my favorite point in that entire race. And Randy, can you remember what that favorite point there, the favorite thing that happened the entire race?
Yes, when John Gordon went off the track and went into the woods.
Yes, that is exactly what I was talking about. That was amazing. We give him crap. We call him Flipper. I don't. I got too much respect for the man. I can't call him Flipper, but
I've known John for so many years. I'll call him Flipper. John's one of my good friends, and so I have to say funny things about him because I know he can take it.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm sure he can. I mean, old school generation, they can take it a lot more than these young bucks up here. But anyways, roll your eyes. So it was a solid race, man. Just I think throughout the field, it seemed really clean going around from what we got to catch, and it was a good time. But man, Josh, opened up your lead. You've got 429 points, and you're leading over Christopher Oliver, your teammate, at 334. I've said it once, and I'm going to say it 90 million times. The work that your team put in, and yes, you too, Carl, has been just flat out amazing, because even you sitting in third, you're sitting at 324, and you're within striking distance with 2 races left on your teammate Chris Oliver. And
yeah. Chris isn't going to finish in second. Not going to happen.
I want to point out, I did notice, because I do watch Discord when I broadcast, and I've noticed his stuff has always been muted. He doesn't do a lot of talking, it seems like, with you guys. I noticed it's muted a lot, and I know he's watching right now. So, Chris, I'm paying attention. But you've got a nice gap here, 324 over 285 of Gary Winters.
Yeah, well, but Gary's missed 2 races, so that's incredible that he's even that high up.
I do absolutely agree with that. You are right about that. He has. We got John Gordon sitting there in 5th, Tim St. Jean 6th, Anthony Shrillo in 7th, Tom Stevens 8th, Philip Manzo, who actually unfortunately missed his last race, sitting in 9th, and David DeParis in 10th. And
Tim didn't start all the races either.
He missed 1. Yep.
Yeah, Tim St. Jean is missing 1, and unfortunately, he didn't get a provisional for that. So that definitely hurts him.
He just joined the league.
Until that point.
Okay. Thank you for that. So, but it's offering up a lot of good racing there in TNT, man. And like I said, I think this shows. First off, and no offense to the other TNT drivers, but man, Josh, you've been the class of the field this season, dude. You're fast.
It comes to, I drive a tiny car every day, so driving these things.
So what do you drive? When you say tiny car, what do you drive?
I drive a Chevy Spark.
You know what? You look like you would drive a Chevy Spark. You flat out look like you would with your little beard and your button down.
That's a Steve Carell car.
Wait, who still called it a Steve Carell car?
Me. It was Justin said that.
I thought that.
I thought he rides a bike.
No, that's over that way about 5 feet.
I believe that too. But man, hey man, you've been in the class of the field, man. What do you attribute to that jump in your performance this season?
Having to compete with Carl and Chris even in practice.
Well, and I want to,
in all honesty,
I want to point out, I want to
fight with them and get the faster lap in practice and
with them. Go ahead, Adam. I'm sorry.
I was with these guys on Monday night in the truck series. We were in, I think, around like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. It was just me, Josh, and I think you, Carl. Yeah, we all 3 were like battling each other, trying to figure out who could get the fastest lap. Where's the draft? Where is this? Like, they were putting in work. I came in and they were in the middle of it. And I joined in, and it was the team. Overall. Yeah. And then Randy came in right after that. So we had 4 of us, and they're all trying to do it. I mean, they're working together. They're drafting, seeing what the trucks do. Will do in the corner, what they won't do in the corner. So I mean, these guys are putting in work, and I see it.
Well, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I mean, I in race, me, Josh, and Chris, we try to work together within reason. But I think the three of us individually, or probably across the entire league, I think everyone's probably applies to, is we're extremely competitive. I mean, we want to win. In practice, I mean, it drives me crazy when I see that Josh or Chris have a faster lap than I do, which is basically every single practice. It's also usually everyone else in the TNT series that has a faster lap than I do in practice. So, but that's where we're so competitive. It's like I am so happy that Josh is winning so many races, and at the same time, it drives me freaking crazy. Like I just I want to be the one winning, and it's not happening. So.
Well, I think we've pointed this out on multiple, I know we have, Randy, multiple occasions of saying how impressive the closed circuit racing team has been this season. We've seen it, me and Randy, like I said, pointed it out on the excitement that they were showing in the post and everything like that. And you knew right going into it, they were going to be a force because they were, hey, I can't wait. We're doing this. And every day they were posting something, and it was awesome to see. And like I said, at the point that Johnny told me, said, hey, man, we're going to move you up to Cup, I sat on my hands. And I sat over here, and these guys are posting, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, maybe I should be putting in work. But that just shows you that you guys don't take that stuff for granted, man. It's awesome. The amount of work you guys are putting, it showed in the points. You guys are doing phenomenal, man. This is ridiculous.
It really does boil down to how much we work together, in all honesty, and we take advantage of each other's strengths, especially if we go through VRS. We have everybody, each of our data, to where we can see, okay, I now see what Carl's doing in turn 1, and that helped me at South Boston, actually, was seeing what he was doing.
It shows you what not to do, actually.
You're faster than me at South Boston in practice.
What I wanted to see is I want to see my guy, Nick, actually run a full freaking season in TNT and actually race. I thought he was going to run all season. He hasn't. You ran run race.
Well, that's part of the announcement for next season, but I'm going to keep you on your toes until I get my car made.
No, well, all right. Well,
so we've
It's
heard
all about the paint. It's all about the paint. That's all that matters.
Well,
it's all about that Guitar Addict logo that doesn't show up on certain cars.
we'll talk about that. Well, actually, this is TNT. We can talk about that now.
honestly, Larry, I'm upset that you moved out of the TNT because like the entire off season during the Winter Series, I was looking forward to kicking your ass, and then you moved on.
So,
and it's like, oh well, now I have to lose Josh every week.
I want to say two things in that aspect. Is that when it came down to actually that move up, I was in my own right. I was kind of disappointed in saying, "Hey, you're going to move up." I wanted to run more in TNT. I was just starting to get more competitive. Every race that I've done, I'm more cautious about who's around me than forcing stuff. And I've gotten better at that, and I keep getting better at that I don't want to screw somebody else's race up doing something stupid. So I'll give more than I normally will take, right? So,
That's what she said.
But I was finally getting to that point in TNT where I was definitely feeling comfortable. I was ready to really, I mean, you know, obviously there at the end, I was starting to run more up front, but I felt like I was like, all right, going into next season, it's my season to lose, and I'm getting me a turtle, and that's what I wanted. I wanted that turtle, and unfortunately, they were like, hey, provisionally, you're going up to Cup, man. You're out of TNT, and I was like, where's my turtle lamp? Like, that's what I wanted. I wanted my turtle lamp.
It's still sitting in my house.
I wanted that turtle lamp.
I never even got a chance to even defend my turtle.
I don't care about defending it. I just want one. I just want to win one.
I got two of them.
Johnny, if you're listening, kick me out of Cup. Let me go back to TNT. I want one turtle.
You're more than welcome to join at this point. I don't think you're going to catch up.
Well, I'm talking about we have a whole nother season coming up, my friend.
Exactly.
So,
I thought the turtle was only for the full year.
No.
Yeah, it's for the whole year.
Is it?
You have to run the whole. Yeah, it's for the whole year.
So I know
the overall champion, whoever wins all three has the best.
Well, actually,
compilation.
I think Carl and Dan got one last season, and that was for different seasons. But I don't know. We need a clarification on that. Johnny? USA International coming up. 2 races left. How do you guys feel?
I'm going to go with Gary Winters next week.
Damn.
Well, I'm going to say I love USA, but it's basically treating it like an intermediate in any of the larger cars.
Okay.
Where it's faster, it's way faster, but honestly, I think it's going to be like every other of the ovals. It's going to be a challenge, especially if we get Sean Blake back next week. It's anybody's win. I'll be in the top 3. But again, it's one of those tracks that I know it can be anybody's race. Shouldn't be as bad of a race for cautions as some of the other ones we've had because it's a lot larger.
Okay.
Yeah,
Carl?
I mean, honestly, it's USA International is one of my favorite tracks of that size. That was the second race I ran with AOLL. The first being Charlotte and Street Stocks, which really is just basically like super speedway at that point. So I love USA, and while I agree with Josh, Josh is someone you got to look out as a winner. Sean Carmody is someone you got to look out at. Blake Zede, I think, can be up there. I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna pick a crazy winner pick here. I'm picking for his first win, Anthony Ciarillo. This will be his 3rd time at this track, just like me. He's been fast, but has repeatedly just kind of overdrove it. But I really think that he might break through this time.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Anthony, but not to win.
Nick, are you going to race?
I am going to race.
I'm picking Nick. I'm picking Nick.
Myself.
I'm picking Nick. Screw all you guys.
I'm not picking Nick. I'm actually. I'm
Hey,
picking Carl.
Randy. No one asked you about your picnic, okay?
I don't care. I'm
Your
just telling you, I'm
picnic?
picking Carl.
Picnic. All right. Carl, you taking Carl. I'm taking Nick.
I'm going to go with Gary Winters for next week.
All right. Justin?
I'm going to go with the points lead. I'm going to go with Josh.
Josh, who are you going for?
Honestly, my guess is it's either going to be Carl or Chris.
You know what? As much as humble as that is, and
that's honestly
the people are going to be, fans will go, "Oh, he's so sweet," and I'm like,
yeah, that's like Joseph Causey saying, "Oh, I'm not going to win. I'm not that good."
Not going to win.
Of the race.
Yeah.
No, it really just boils down to I look at the points, I look at what happened to me last week, and it's going to be no pushy moves. Just go out, run my race, let the cards fall where they do, and just,
don't just cruise for the last 2 races. You still got to race.
you just have to race.
Oh, I'm not gonna cruise. It's just you're not gonna see any stupid moves.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so
honestly, there won't be any stupid moves for me either. I've had a goal this season of having the lowest incidents per lap in TNT. And Josh and I think, are tied right now, if I'm not mistaken. So
You better knock on wood right now.
Yeah.
And now everyone is gunning for his bumper.
Yeah. Well, Anthony Ciarillo is probably going to wreck me now.
golly, call that man out.
Normally.
It's funny how everybody calls his name differently.
Something different.
It's
Yeah,
Ciarillo.
me and Larry. It was me and you, Adam. When we used to we called him Scarello forever.
Scarillo. Yeah.
Something like that. So you call him Cirello.
Shrillo.
I think he says it's Shirello.
Cirillo. I'm trying to get that off of you. First off, hold up.
Maybe he should take a pasta name like Blake Zede.
I do like that. Hey, first off, I want to point out, Carl, your teammate has 2 less incidents than you, man. He's got 37. You got 39.
He's looking at the incidents per lap.
But
if you guys have both ran all races, full races,
I have not. So he probably hasn't been. I think I'm looking at. I may be looking at like total, like all of the divisions.
Yeah, I'm looking at just this specific season.
Okay,
We're
I'm looking
even.
at this season right now, and Josh, you've run 949 laps, and Carl, you've ran 937. So no matter how you shake it,
Yeah.
Josh, you've had 39, 37
That's when you gotta tell
incidents.
Chris to wreck him.
Carl, you
Yeah.
have 39. So guess
I
what?
got you.
You still got more. Sorry, buddy.
Or Nick's
Hey,
gonna
for now,
join.
for now.
I
For
got
now,
you.
for now. Hey,
Sorry, Carl. Larry's
hey,
been shitting all over your dreams right now.
Yeah.
It'll make for good. It'll make for a good podcast next week. but I
so
like it.
we're gonna take a quick shift. We're gonna wind this.
That was a
real
better
quick.
transition than last week.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go run and grab a beer because I'm.
Flag
No,
on the
that's
flag.
actually perfectly fine.
Flag of the play.
We are going to throw that flag. Randy, hit us one more time, man.
Oh, okay, yeah. You hit me again. You're supposed to. Now let's hear from our sponsor, the Guitar Ags.
Excuse me. And
Located
now
in
for our
Daytona Beach,
sponsor.
Florida, 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue, just north of Flomish in beautiful Daytona Beach. GuitarAd.com for all your guitar ad or guitar needs, whatever. So you caught me off guard. I thought we were supposed to do it like one time.
Nah, bro,
You got me
it's
like-
every-
I don't
it's-
have my copy in front of me. Somebody, where's my program
It's
director?
every transition. So, hey, now we're going to take that quick shift. We're going to focus less on TNT. Now we're going to hit the trucks. And the beautiful thing about the trucks is we have the current points leader and Justin Anderson. You actually just took the points again, sitting at 257 with Dan Shirley at 252, man. So the points are really tight out there.
They are, but I wanted to point out that you complimented Closed Circuit Racing on all the hard work that they're doing, and Steel Horse works hard too. And yet last week you said, "Fuck this team."
So
I did want to get that out there. I
So-
just wanted to point that
so-
out. But yeah, so it was really nice to take the points lead. Daniel is super consistent and battling. It's fun to battle your teammate and know that he's going to race you cleanly, and you know you're going to be able to have those close battles. He knew I called out that I was running out of gas so that he didn't smash into the back of me. Whereas if it was Blake, I would have just let him hopefully push me across the start finish line.
I have a replay
Hey,
of that.
I got
from doing it on dirt.
Hey, I gotta know though, Justin. If Blake joins at 9:30, you gonna stick around?
Oh yeah, I'm not scared of that douche.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Hey, so
On the track or off, shoot.
hey, so I want to do. What do you got there?
Make sure you download Einstein's Attic Sound and Fury on iTunes and Spotify and YouTube, all that good stuff. So get the album now.
All right, so
I need
real
the money.
quick.
I need the extra 3 cents I get off of
I'm gonna
it.
fire
Look-
Randy Pepper really quick.
Look at the picture of me back then.
Hey,
Look at that-
real
how
quick,
good looking I was.
all you guys. So Randy, I'm gonna need you particularly. We're gonna take a look at a couple things going on here at the Truck Series. So we're gonna hit play here, man.
God,
Tell me
You want me and
what.
Randy to commentate on this?
Yeah,
I can get all
I-
IVRL.
I
I can blow
need
my
a-
voice out.
Oh, God.
I need
Oh,
a
do we
little.
have to relive this
No,
one?
this isn't IVRL. This is the Truck Series. I need to hear Randy. Randy, what happened, man? What did you do?
Show
here?
why don't you show the screen and then I'll commentate.
Oh, it's
So
there.
everybody knows what's going on.
And Randy, you just came up in front of the 18.
Oh, I can tell you what happened there.
No, that wasn't the 18. That was the number 16.
No,
that was
So that
me.
was 18.
that was the 18. We're gonna look at
Oh,
one
is
more
that the
time.
first one? I didn't
Yeah,
know.
that's the
let me
first
see
one.
That was a
I
combination.
want to look at that.
I can tell you what happened there. Ran out of talent going into turn one.
No, that's obvious.
So hey, we're looking at the 18. He just smacked the wall there.
When the 18 ran out of talent from out of
the
three.
18, I mean, those Harley, the 18 was a little squirrely in front of me. I was trying to stay away from the 18, so I got down as low as I could possibly get, and I clipped the inside of the white line, and that was it. I mean, but I was just trying to avoid Josh because he was
Oh,
out of
here's the good
control.
one. Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
that 18 is.
It
I
looked
mean,
like though.
So-
it looked like Joe Dinsmore might have come down on you just a little bit, trying to avoid the 18 running out of talent coming out of three.
Oh, there it is. Hey,
I might have
It-
about it. I
four.
did. I'm just going to say I
Four
was
was the
just
one
trying
I
to make
hit.
sure I did not have anything to do with Josh because
hey,
I mean he's a TNT driver. He's not a sportsman driver. He's still a TNT guy.
so hey, this
So, Randy, what happened here?
this one right here,
Okay,
my
so
favorite.
This one, okay, so this one here. All right, so I'm driving down the back straightaway.
You just turn left, dude.
I want to see Ed's view in VR. Ed does VR. I want to see Ed's view.
Where'd it go?
Okay, so here
we're gonna hit that one more
Where
time.
was this? Okay, there were only three guys that actually had.
Look, you
We were
swerved.
old. We were trying to wait to try to get. I was trying to wait to get a one lap lead. That's all. I was just trying to get the bonus point. So I'm just hanging along out there. I got loose off the turn. I
towards
came
the
down
wall.
a little bit. I tried to correct it, and then when I came back around, Ed was there, and oh well.
Randy,
Oh well.
Randy, I love you. And I usually stick up for you, but fuck that's not a good.
terrible.
I come out of the corner. My tires rolled. I got a little loose. Then halfway down the straightaway, I just doored you and put you in the front.
That's exactly
Put you to
that's
the
exactly
face.
what happened.
Hey, first off,
Yes, I ran out of talent because
real quick,
the way it is.
real quick.
That's not running out of talent. That's turning left.
I love this
no.
right
That's
here.
what Larry would do.
Okay, well,
Oh, wow.
See, what happened was this. All right, you want me to go back? So I was talking to Joseph Causey, and Joseph said, when you turn left, you can get into the side, and he'll go down.
Oh, Blake's just gonna come in here and punch you in your face.
Hey. So
I'm
Ed,
just saying, I just lost
your
it.
your
That's
your
all.
boy Ed just threw a comment out there. He said he almost threw up.
I really am waiting for the day that iRacing though allows us to park on pit road and get out and go punch the guy in the face that pissed us off, because that would come in handy. Like
Hey.
with that.
I almost saw Tony Stewart get that happen to him at New Smyrna Speedway. Tiger Tom Baldwin jumped
man.
out of his car and went after Stewart after a race, and they had to carry Stewart away so he didn't get his ass killed.
Did Tony turn left on him going down the back straightaway?
Tony
point.
turned right and turned him around in the turn intentionally.
Almost as bad.
Yeah.
So-
oh no, it was way worse.
So
I did that in go-karting once. It was awesome.
so
I
let,
did to my mom one time.
hey, we're gonna bring Justin, and here's the funny thing is I'm bringing Justin back in, but Justin's always got those.
Justin won the
one-liners.
race, so I mean, you get to
Justin's
see all
always
this
got
cool
those
stuff.
one-liners, so like he brings himself in, and
I don't know
love
what you're
it.
talking about.
Hey man, so like I said, man, right now your points lead. It's very close. We have a lot of racing still going down in the trucks, man. How do you feel
A lot
about
of
it?
races left.
So there are a lot of races left, and in some ways the trucks feel more competitive. Like I said when we were talking about who was running up front, I mean, like 10 different drivers led laps at Charlotte, so it almost feels more competitive than the Cup Series does. There are a lot of different players up front. It's a lot harder racing in a way. I don't know. The trucks are just slightly more stable, which allows you to drive them a lot harder. Now that does contribute to tire wear if you don't pay that much attention, but it allows people to be aggressive, run different lines, and so I think that it suits more people's driving styles. The Cup car is a little bit more specific, so it's not easier. It's just different, and so it's a competitive season. It's gonna be a tough season to be able. I will not be able to maintain the first, second, thirds that I've been doing, forever. Obviously, that's gonna come to an end. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop, so I'm just waiting to get blown out one week.
Yeah, I'm coming, man. I got you. Don't worry.
I'll just wall like I did at Kansas last year.
I'm going to destroy you. You will not have anything to do with me, Adam the
Really
Wool.
hit me up, by the way.
Right,
Oh, man.
I gotta know one thing, and I've been dying to ask this. What happened to you and Joe at the beginning of the race in the Daytona track, where you just ran into the back of him at the beginning of the race, sitting in pit road?
I thought my car was in neutral and I sneezed. I swear to God.
You know what? I believe that because Don did that to me. Don Wiki did that. We were riding in Daytona, and he sneezed. He goes, "Oh my God, I got to sneeze!" And the next thing you know, I'm on the inside, and he just turned left and took me out. I was 2 car lengths away from him. He
No,
sneezed. and got me.
as funny as that is, I still don't think Adam, you got to give it to me, man. The best
One.
thing is my wheel came off the desk.
No,
Okay, my
the
guys.
best. We've had
That
some
happens
good
to
ones.
happen to me this year. That's happened to me before, though.
You have really?
But I guarantee you didn't come over the radio just like that. I think it wasn't just the fact that it was Will came off. It was the way David came over the radio. Oh, Will fell off, guys. And it just, I mean, dead silent. Everybody's like, what happened to him? It's like, just came over the radio. Oh, Will fell off. I was like, whoa, what just came for a bit?
I don't think I've ever laughed hard
the
before
worst
in a
part
race.
is we had a very similar situation this week.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, Dan Witt goes, "Uh-oh," and then Ed had to come back. His back of his chair just fell off.
He's like, I think I got you guys beat. You guys think David was funny, but Dan was braking going into pit road, and his back of his chair fell off.
I still stand though. I think what made Davis was so funny was Mama Bella. He just screamed it like over the radio. Everybody's like, "What just happened?" You know. Oh man, that was way too funny.
We'll never forget that. I mean, we've had some very memorable things happen during the season. So
absolutely, and that's one of the things. And I think that I'm always going to bring it back to this, that everybody talks about this as such a family, but as much as this is a family, I don't want to call it a family as much as I want to call it a dysfunctional family. And
hey, I hope we get Taz in here. Hopefully we'll get Taz in the middle of all this stuff, and it will definitely become more of a dysfunctional.
Taz, me and Taz need to go sit down and have a goddamn beer one day. Justin, what'd you say?
I resemble that, yeah. I can dysfunction a lot.
And I agree with that, and it's because, and I think Justin, out of all people, can agree with me, man. As much as we have this respect for other people, and we may stick up for you like maybe like a brother or something like that, we just don't like you. And it's it's cool. Like, hey, I'll stick up with you from the guy down the street, but I still just don't like you. And I mean, I feel like
shove your shit out the way if I want to win the race.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not in a bad manner, and I don't think anybody means that in a bad manner. But I don't know, man. I mean,
am I the only guy in this league that doesn't have a beef with anybody?
It's not.
I really like
Ed's got
everybody.
a beef.
I like everybody.
So it's
I think
not.
you and Ed have a beef.
Who? Me and you?
Ed.
No, Ed.
Me and Ed? No. Me and Ed.
You almost made Ed throw up.
No, Ed. No, Ed. And me gone back a long ways. Ed's probably. He's one of my best friends in the league.
I think Ed's listening to it right now, so we may get a comment here in a second.
No, and he'll say the same thing. No, Ed and me go back. We used to all play shooter games at night and everything. No, he's definitely one of the last.
My only beef was Larry, so otherwise I'm good.
I actually don't have a specific beef with anybody in the league. There are just a couple of people that I don't have any respect for. So that's not the same thing. I don't dislike them as people. Like I wouldn't call them like a trash bag of a human, but I also would never ever lift ever.
Yeah, and I guess that's what I get with. And first off, Carl,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
did you get that, Carl?
I followed.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I mean, I definitely know that Adam, out of all people, knows that there's one, maybe two people in this league that I just, Randy, you found out that race, man. I came in.
I know exactly who you're talking about, but I'm not.
Right,
I don't have the same beefs with anybody. I don't
right, but it was a very quiet moment for me, and everybody was like, "Why is he being so quiet?" And then, as soon as they get me talking, they're like, "This dude, shut the fuck up!" Like, excuse the F word, but
oh my god,
this dude's really this angry? No, I'm not this freaking angry.
Go have a Snickers, man. He's not loud when he doesn't have a Snickers.
and like I said, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not going to. When you say beef, it's a. I agree with Justin. I mean, I've got just a little bit different, lack of respect. I don't think they're bad human beings. I just look at them different within the league than everybody else, and that's because of my experiences with them. So
I mean, I found out that some people carry dates and times for them because I apologized or I did something, and so I really like this Phoenix better. Then Joe came up and he's like, "Yeah, It's better than the last time when you rammed me. I was like, I didn't touch you this race. He's like, no, last Phoenix. I was like, damn, somebody's carried a little grudge or a little beef with me.
Receipts in your wallet, carry them around.
I mean, like, you're talking about last year's Phoenix. It's like 6 months ago. I don't even remember. I don't remember hitting the dude. The dude's over there off the top of his head, just like whack.
I went to Kansas with you because I felt so shitty, and it was such a bad situation when I don't remember if it was Johnny or Marshall who was on the outside lane, and your cars were painted the same. So when I saw the first response paint job dropping back, I didn't realize there was still I only have one monitor, so I don't have peripheral vision. So when I was going into turn 3, I thought the outside was clear, and you were there. Sorry.
And that's one thing that I don't think.
So like carry that around with me still, because I've spent 16 years working for a federal law enforcement agency, so like I like first response racing like better than closed circuit. Sorry y'all, but first response racing is my favorite non-Steel Horse team, and so I just feel really badly that I just drove.
I mean, we make up half the league, I think, right now with the members we have.
Well, they put me out on the track as a drone car.
You've accepted some recently, so you might want to do some culling.
Well, we were originally going for people that were either medical or military or police officers, firefighters. And then we said, you know what, we can expand a little bit more, man. Just bring in the people that support them, which obviously I know that's everybody in the league. So that's where we kind of expanded just to this massive thing. And but
we just give Randy all of our experimental cars, kind of like the low guy. That's what Randy is.
He's of the league.
Yeah, we give him all the experimental stuff. Hey, man, go out there and try to see if it'll work next year or at the end of the season when we come back to the track.
Hey,
nobody I truly hate. There's no one I loathe. There's no one that I wouldn't want to have a conversation with, like outside of the racetrack. But again, there's people that my brakes don't work.
So will you name those people for us?
One of them will be here later.
First off, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna take that one step further, and I'll tell you that there's people that's in the league that my brakes don't work, and Randy's heard it, and I will also say,
to be fair,
one of them might be here later.
It's only in certain circumstances, and so like Blake and I have run cleanly numerous times, but I've actually mentioned this on broadcast before. I really hate
tip.
And Blake seems to like cutting people off sometimes. Like he chops people's noses off. And if my nose is there, there's no circumstance in which I'll lift. Not ever.
Right.
Wow. You know what? Do you Justin, you remember a guy named Eric Lambert?
Up on
you remember him?
No.
He raced with us years and years ago, and he had a Lambert team. They were dominating stuff, and well, when I was running around, I was used to beat him all the time. In this one race, I still remember this day, and I had come around the last turn at Bristol, and turn 4, and all of a sudden he comes up behind me and just goes blast me into the wall. So I'm like that. I'm like the guy. You remember that one race where you blasted me? That's the one guy that I have to say that after 20-something years, I still, if I have a beef with anybody, it would have been him.
Yeah, no joke. I was joking about Larry earlier, whatever. But last week when I had my penalty because I tried to dive under Cody. I was trying to figure out why I had a penalty, and I was like, well, damn it, I got a penalty last year for doing the same thing Cody did because Larry wouldn't get the hell out of my way, and it was like one of the few times Larry. It was like one of the few times Larry's ever been in front of me, and
what?
Well, he was drinking beer then, so he was lighter. The car could go faster.
Damn.
Yo, Justin, aim hard, man. That was a good one.
Damn.
Woo!
And I've got nothing else to add after that.
I wish Justin was on camera so we could see his face.
So unfortunately, I only have one, and I actually had to take it to work. Obviously, no one was prepared for all the telework that we've been doing. So the Postal Service didn't have the IT infrastructure to have 100,000 people working from home. It just wasn't. That wasn't in the cards. So like we've had laptop issues, so my laptop camera doesn't work, and because of my role in the agency, I have to be on camera at times. So I use my personal webcam, so I take it back and forth to work. I was at work yesterday, so it's sitting on my desk.
It's all good, man.
I found out there's a program if you have an Android phone that's a Droid camera or something like that, and that's what I'm using. I didn't feel like going out and buying a $100 webcam for this wonderful thing. So mine's my phone, so it's really cool. It connects to my PC.
Just imagine Charlie Brown's head with like Jim Carrey's The Mask face on it. Expressions, you know how expressive his face is? That's me.
Well, first off,
I worked in HR for 16 years, and I mean, I couldn't play poker to save my life. 'Cause, I mean, I don't have to speak. If you say something to me that's stupid, you know I think you're stupid immediately.
by no offense, your voice just right away tells me it's like, do you know your expressions by your voice? It's very expressive.
Correct.
Which I want to bring up when we talk about Cup, because in our post-race interview, I got a very specific vibe from Justin about how he felt about the race.
Well,
Race last week?
Yeah, the Cup race last week.
Fair. So, but trucks, anyway.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, and that all bleeds on to Cup and everything. It was when it comes down to bringing in guys to interview, ultimately it's up to me to invite and everything like that, but I take a lot of what everybody says because I don't broadcast every race. I don't see every race. And I have to trust what these guys are saying outside of Josh, because every time he talks, somebody's like, hey, you should come on the podcast. And I'm like, Josh.
I'll stop that.
But
if Josh wasn't inviting people, he'd be talking about himself the whole time.
That's a good point. He is kind of conceited. But
if you have a 100-point lead, you can talk about whatever the hell you want.
That's actually, hey, that's a good friggin' point. Hey, but when ultimately when he was like, hey, we need to bring Justin on it, and I thought about it, I sat back and I thought about it. I was like, first off, watch the interview, and I was like, every time Justin interviews, he is nonchalant, but he is very candid, and I was like, well, yeah, that's a good person to interview. And then obviously we can double dip for Cup. We can double dip for freaking trucks. And again, being an OG, man, we can talk, TNT and everything.
I will say, so my dad was a Purple Heart Vietnam, was a vet. My mom was a teacher. So my sister and I are practically unbullyable all throughout school. Like someone like in high school was like, you're a fucking nerd. Well, that's true. Like, yes, that's correct. So we just were never bullyable. I joined the reserves at 17, and then a law enforcement agency at 26. So it's 27, I guess. So in law enforcement and in the military, both, when you're speaking to a superior, there is a specific protocol in the way that you speak. Otherwise, there are no holds barred in any conversation. It doesn't matter the professional setting. The entire Postal Service is going through a gigantic reorganization. I was in a VP level meeting that they were like, what the fuck, man? I mean, so there's no filter at all. And I've never worked in a job where I've had to have one.
Yeah. And I mean, you're speaking to at least a couple guys, me and Adam. I mean, we're both active duty. So trust me, we get it in this aspect.
Not for long, baby.
I work in the trash industry. There is no fucking filter in the trash industry.
So, I mean, but it's funny because, I mean, especially when you bring up, like, no offense to the trash filter, but, we bring up with the military and stuff, we have all this different aspect that we work with, right? So, but there is no filter. Like, we go through all this training.
You got to be politically correct.
We are supposed to be absolutely politically correct. I promise you, we're not politically correct 90% of the time.
I mean, I was only in the reserves. I was never active duty, but I was in Arizona for 26 weeks, and that had multiple branches. And I mean, I was 18 years old. The shit I heard there.
And that's the thing. And it was funny because I'll give you one instance, just be real quick. Going through basic training, we had a female, her name was Bergeron, and all you heard was this young lady said, at ease. And when you say that means everybody's going to parade rest. We're going to stand up properly straight. We're going to throw our hands behind our backs. We're going to stand up right. And that's what we all did. And our drill sergeant walked through, and as soon as he did, he looked over and he said, damn, Bergeron, you still take up the whole damn hallway. And I was like, oh my God, bro, you cannot say that shit. And I about lost it. And at that point, I knew, I was like, you know what? Military's all right with me. You know, we don't need much of a filter.
So, like, my view of whenever I joined the basic was that it was just going to be FF games. You know, it's just, there's mind games of, like, straight monotony. And, like, there's people that are just taking everything the drill sergeant said to heart. And I'm over there, like, laughing because I know it's just all games. It's just all a whole entire show that's really fucked up. And, dude, I'm like, my internal laugh meter was just going off 24/7 inside my head. I mean, drill sergeants didn't care. They do whatever they wanted to. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I have an internal laugh meter. My laugh meter was external. So I was I did so many flipping push-ups.
Strongest man in basic training.
We had to crab walk upstairs, like flights of stairs. We had to do sprints until everything, because my mouth and my face just didn't.
And again, I know everybody out there right now, even though you can't see this man's face, like I said, every time I hear your voice, it's very expressive, and you can tell when you're being kind of and for the lack of better terms, a smart ass. When you're being facetious, and every time you talk, I can pick up on this, and it's pretty awesome.
And if you ever have a question, ask, because I'm not going to lie. Yes, I think. Sorry.
Well, and that was one of the things, and that's what I loved when Josh said, "Let's bring on Justin." And like I said, he invites everybody that he interviews, but when he said that in the chat,
so far.
When he said that in the chat, I was
only
like,
two people you talk to.
I guess
Steven, calm down.
He invited me, and I'm like, I'm on the podcast. Why are you inviting me?
No, but I mean, sir. Hey, by the way, I don't want to make it sound like that you're just inviting willy nilly. I mean, hey, Blake's a great get. Blake is ungodly fast, the local alien. We want to talk to him. Blake, get your butt in here. But when you said Justin, and I listened. Every time I listen to your interviews and everything like that, man, you're so candid. I had to get you on here. Like, it had to happen.
So the only thing like, you all have voices for radio. I have a voice for text messages. So I just went with my actual tone of my voice was better. Because I love talking. I would love to be like an announcer or something, but I can't listen to myself.
I don't. First
Justin, I want you to listen to a guy by the name of Scott Farrell. I want you to look up some of his videos. Or radio podcast or whatever, and just look up what he does. Scott Farrell.
Carl, I hate you.
Have you ever seen Scott Farrell?
No, but I just wrote the name down.
Okay, write it down and listen to it. Scott Farrell sounds like, well, I tell you what, baby, the Yankees are gonna win the game this week. You watch it, and he sounds just like that. So,
If Chris Economaki could have a career for 50 years, so can I guess.
Wait, Randy, what does he sound like again?
Yeah, I tell you what, it sounds like this, baby.
I will give you $20 to call next Tuesday's race in that voice.
In Scott Farrell's voice? No.
Come on.
First time I ever heard Scott Farrell do a show on Sports Radio Network, I went, this is a joke, right? And then after about 4 hours, the guy is still doing it, and I'm going, holy crap, that's that guy's voice. That's really his voice. Yeah, but I'm telling you, that's if you think you have a bad voice for radio or TV or whatever, no, you don't. Farrell has you beat.
Now, and I'm going to say one thing. First off, there are select few people in this group of 6 with cameras on that have a voice for radio. I don't have one. Adam doesn't have one. Carl doesn't have one. Josh... Sorry, man. You don't have one either. Nick and Randy have the best voices for radio. Man, first off, Nick, his excitement. I'm still scared to death he's going to have a heart attack one day. But, man, that guy has the most excitement I've ever heard. And Randy's done this for God knows how freaking long.
Forever,
and,
yeah.
Well, like I said to Randy, I'd love to do this as a job, but I can't afford to have to go get 7 other jobs to...
Exactly, yeah. It was like I'm on the radio going 96.5 WHTQ, the Rock of Orlando. Up next is Bad Company, and right after that, it's a little bit of Kiss. But right now, Here's Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac.
First off, Stevie Nicks is
And
amazing.
20,
I'm like, can I listen to that? Go play the music now, damn it.
Now, for like
No,
myself,
now it would be, hey, here's Cardi B, and then there's going to be a little bit of Drake.
No. I don't. Yeah.
Nah.
Here's Drake with lemon pepper.
but see,
What it was, lemon pepper freestyle. That's it. Have you guys heard this?
no.
I want you to go listen to lemon pepper freestyle.
I mean, I can
And
pull it
tell
up on
me
the
what
radio
you
right now.
think
We
of
can
it.
have the
No, you
listeners
can't play it.
listen
You
to
can't play it over.
So, based on
I can
Number
tell you a song
3.
you can't play over.
It's number 3 on the Billboard chart right now. And you tell me that Ozzy is more offensive than that.
All right, so hold on. If we're gonna take a step into music, first off, we always said this whole podcast we were gonna let it drift, right? We're gonna let it play where we're gonna go. So
crashes and burns.
if it probably will crash and burn. If we're gonna play that, come on, man. I listen to Slipknot, and that stuff has not only gotten from where it was when I was young, but it's gotten bigger. And this is a band that has a song that says, "I'm gonna slit your throat in the wound," because I'm not going to say that word. That right there, that tells you that we're playing this fine line of with this whole generation thing, right? That we want to be upset about this, but this is okay. For instance, WAP, one of the biggest songs in the freaking country.
Oh, that's not even. It's not even music, so I don't.
But
even know why we're talking
do you
about
get
it.
what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? So,
That's just-
for instance,
it's terrible.
when we came into this podcast, I think we, as a collective group, we made it more of we want to watch what we're saying as far as curse words. I myself had been the biggest offender last week, and I'm trying to work on that to attract a
I
more.
was not provided that guidance, so I apologize.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Trust me, you're fine.
No, we just want to be like only 15-20% of the vocabulary. We have to have expand our vocabulary a little bit.
But again, military, I say a curse word about every 5 words. So I was trying to cut back myself so we could expand the
Viewership.
yeah, exactly, the viewership. But where's that fine line when I see one thing
It's
get
going to be
cut
on VH1
out?
behind the video someday.
Say again.
Or is this going to be VH1 behind? Oh, you probably don't know what VH1 is. This is going to be.
Oh no! Whoa! Hold on!
There's no one that young on this.
Hey, Justin, I'm 33 years old, man. I grew up watching VH1 and MTV and watching the behind the scenes and everything.
When I was a kid, we had 3 channels, mother.
Hold on, though, Larry. You called me an old man earlier, and you're 33?
Yeah, man, with all respect, man, you look older than I do.
No, how old do I look?
Well,
Larry?
I am, but it's only about 2 years.
How old do you look, Nick?
I will punch you in your face.
First off, I didn't even think your voice doesn't match you. Okay?
No,
funny.
I agree. He does not.
Thanks.
You know what I pictured Nick looking like? This is funny. I pictured Nick as like this guy that weighs like a total of 140 pounds, and is like a little skinny guy with like short little blonde hair. And call
What am I, like Tully Blanchard or something?
Tully Blanchard doesn't have blonde hair. He does now. If he did back in the day. No.
The only
I didn't picture him that way.
the only
You honestly
person
look like my youngest brother. You look like my youngest brother.
What?
I'll
does
send
he
you a
look
picture
like
later.
Denny Hamlin's brother? Because that's what you look like. Adam looks like Denny Hamlin's brother.
No,
And I have met Denny.
No,
said
Adam looks like Brad
Demi.
Keselowski's cousin.
No. he
oh,
looks
that's
like
an
Denny.
insult.
No, trust me. Take the glasses off and show what you look like. Take the glasses off.
I only have me or him.
Oh, yeah.
See, he looks like Denny.
Okay, yeah. With the glasses, it's Brad Keselowski. Without the glasses, it's Denny
Without
Hamlin.
glasses, Denny Hamlin.
Hey, so real quick, we're all going to give silent. Hey, let me hear that commercial one more time. Let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Ornamental Concrete Products, located in beautiful Bithlo, Florida, is your place for all your ornamental.
Hey, you're laughing. My dad, before he passed away last year, did ornamental concrete for like.
Oh my god, that's so messed up.
You have no idea how many bird baths I've made.
Why did that just happen?
We've got your bird baths. We've got them all. Ornamental concrete.
I need some
products
concrete
loaded at
work done in my house in North
1345
Carolina.
State Street in beautiful Bithlo, Florida.
Hey, you know what? Hey, seriously, let me give a real quick shout out. Just a little bit of love to me, from me to my brother-in-law. If you guys are in the Dayton, Ohio area, you know, there's a company called Garage Kings. All right, they do garage flooring. Get one, dude. It's amazing. First off, I wish I could get one here in North Carolina. I live on post housing, so I'm not going to upgrade their flooring. But I promise you, when they do, man, they got an actual race team that goes around, and I mean, everything you see, he's helped me buy, and that's that little extra work when I go home on leave. So, Garage Kings, man.
Dayton, Ohio?
Yeah, I'm from Dayton, Ohio.
What the hell's in Dayton, Ohio?
Absolutely
Legends.
nothing.
Legends.
An Air Force Base.
Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Yes, yeah,
All right.
absolutely right.
So
we're gonna take that switch.
Knowing that information.
Let's close out sportsmen. Let's talk about
We're
next
talking
week.
Cup. We're going to Cup.
And let's go ahead and finish out the sportsman. We're talking about next week's race
Love
at
it.
Nashville. Everybody's picks. Let's start. I'll start. Nashville's a finicky and track. I think next week, the strong winner of next week in the Sportsman Series, I'm going to still go with Dan Shirley. I think Dan Shirley is going to continue on and come through for us, and he's going to take it. He's been strong all season. That's my pick.
My pick?
Yep.
My teammate, Josh Hanner.
It's not going to be me.
Well, who's your pick?
Waiting on you, Josh Laston.
Honestly, I have been waiting for Gottschalk to make an appearance on the Sportsman, and that's who I am gonna pick because I know he's got the control to be able to make it happen.
Hey, Joe Densmore, you send me one day, man. Drop the mic. It's yours.
Nick?
I would probably agree with Larry. I'm going to go with Joe, but Randy's going to be the most interesting person in the race. He's going to turn left
I will
on
wreck.
somebody. He's going to turn left on somebody down the
I'm
straightaway.
going to turn left on somebody. You better watch out when you get around me. You go, oh, jeez, good Bob. Wait, no, what? You're supposed to get next to me and go, holy smoly!
Hey! Listen, at least they didn't come up with like door handle to door handle for a race car. They don't
I didn't do that. Door handle actually came from a well-respected broadcaster. I came up with lug nut to lug nut. I take
Hey,
credit
listen,
for that.
Holy schmoly is a good one, okay?
Okay. All right, I'll give you that.
I
All
was
right.
waiting for holy shit. No.
Hey,
That's coming from me.
I would love to, but that wouldn't go very well.
All right. So my pick actually is I'm going with Joe too. That's mine.
Okay.
I went with him last week. He said that he didn't get enough of a run because he had so many cautions. But this week I think he'll have enough time.
My friend Steve, Mr.
Justin.
Mr. Justin, let's hear it. What you got?
Track position is going to matter a lot, so I think that whoever can qualify up front, and quite frankly, that's usually Blake. So I hate to say it, but let's be honest.
Wow.
First
Where
off,
did this rivalry come from?
Oh man, it's a long one from all beginning of last year through both series.
all right. Well, first off,
They've been battling the whole entire time.
Since that question was brought up, let's get it from the source himself, Mr. Justin.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Where did this rivalry come from? Let's hear it.
You said you wouldn't lie. You said you wouldn't lie, and you just lied.
You know.
It wasn't really a rivalry. I mean, so the whole the original AOL reunion season, I thought I didn't take it seriously, but I didn't take it that seriously. I didn't really go to a lot of the league practices. I just would show up, the hour before the race and start running, and my results showed that. So the second season, I started taking it more seriously. I practiced a lot with Steve and Joe. Daniel was primarily, he only ran a couple of cup races last season. He mostly stayed in sportsman. Swanee was there, and the team does a really good job of talking through, like if I'm faster than Joe is, I'll be like, well, here's what I'm doing, here's where I'm lifting, and we help each other and try and get each other better on the racetrack. And I didn't feel any animosity toward Blake until he ran through Joe to win the championship at Darlington. So it's not even my rivalry with him. I'm just so pissed off that happened in this league, which was built on friendship, that he's just going to drive through someone, even if it wasn't Joe. Like, even if it was someone trashy like Larry, I still would be mad.
Or me.
Gone, you're talking about him.
But yeah, I just don't.
He's taking a pee.
That's not what the league is meant to be. So actually, I personally, Blake doesn't block me anymore, quite frankly. So I yelled at him once. I think it was Chicago. And then at Kentucky, I just turned him. I did lift, so he didn't spin completely out, but I turned him going into one, and he commented on it in the interview afterwards, which I thought was kind of funny. But he hasn't done it since then. So other than that one specific issue, I don't have any issue with Blake on the track. But just the fact that that's the conduct that he displayed, like when the chips were down, is really frustrating to me.
I can understand that. Yeah, it's funny you say that, because you instilled the fear in him. That's the thing. He knows he gets around you, he's like, I don't know.
No, I mean, if we're side by side and we're racing cleanly, I will do everything I can not to hit him. Like at that same race in Kentucky, he ended up beating me actually by like half of a race car, and I could have chopped his nose off too. And I try not to race that way. So I made the point that I was going to make. It's a specific thing. I don't dislike Blake's racing overall. It was that one thing.
Yeah.
Nick loved it. I sat out of that race because I didn't have any invested interest into it. So I was like, this race needed to be broadcasted. The only one time that Ghostfire Media has broadcasted the Sportsman series. So we did that final finale, and Nick's interpretation was a little bit different.
Well, no. I wanted to put it into a little bit of context. If it was real life, it was like $1 million on the line, that's a thing. But in this specific league, actually, I even raced another league on Saturday mornings, and even in that league, what happened would have been fine. It's what AOL stands for relative to the racing and the relationships that we have. That's why I have a problem with it. If Blake had done it in an official race, if Blake had done it in a different league, I wouldn't have a problem with it. What he did wasn't particularly a travesty. It's where it happened.
I gotcha.
Yeah. You for this league like I do. I mean, we've all been friends forever. We'd reach out, try to help each other whenever we can, and that's kind of the way the league has been brought up. I know a lot of other leagues, they won't do that. It's like them against you, and that's it. Where this league, Adam would sit here and try to help me with the computer help. Joe send me files and stuff to help me out with some other stuff. Guys sent me pedals. 2 guys did that, but it's like crazy.
Multiple
this
people
league is
chipped in
there
on
were
that.
more than 2.
Multiple people. Yeah, multiple people did that. So, but it's this league is different than a lot of leagues, and I wish other people understood how this league has evolved over the years, and it's still trying to be the same thing it was before. We got rivalries, but we still like each other.
And the good part about having TNT and Sportsman is that the Cup Series is getting drivers who have kind of those same values, to be able to graduate into it, to replace the people who either didn't want to come back to iRacing or aren't racing in the league now. So I do feel like we're getting replacement members in the league that I won't have that animosity for. I mean, I will, like, in the moment, of course, like, I don't keep my mic that often because normally profanity and frustration is coming out, but I get it out of my system and then I can get back on track.
So is Larry Patrick the new Larry Pitts? Does anybody nobody? Justin, you remember? You remember Larry Pitts? Yeah. So, Chief. That's what we called him, Chief.
Well,
so,
first off, if I'm thinking correctly to the heritage, no, I'm not, because you can never live up to that.
No, that's true. I'll have to give you that.
So-
No one will ever live up to the heritage of Chief.
I'll go ahead and tell you. First off, secondly, I'm not that freaking nice. As much as you might want to think that, Randy, I think you're about the only one that thinks I'm just that nice of a person. I'm not.
Yeah, whatever.
Larry's an okay
Go
guy.
ahead.
But I wouldn't put
Yeah.
him in the great, super nice guy category.
I would sword fight PU any day of the week.
Well, first off, that sounds really awkward, but my wife always tells me, she's like, I hate when I take you places. I said, why is that? She goes, because you talk to everybody. Doesn't matter who they are. But here's the thing.
Guilty.
Just because I talk to you doesn't mean I like you. And I'm
Correct.
ready for this? Yul Brynner. Anybody know
I
Yul
love Yul
Brynner
Brynner.
is?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
The
that's
original, what is that? The show that's on HBO now. He was the original one of that.
Cool Runnings.
No, not Cool Runnings.
It was Cool Runnings. Yul Brynner is from Cool Runnings, and he was the guy that looked at Senka, and he looks at him and he says, "This doesn't mean that I like you." And that's how
Here,
I
hold
feel.
my egg.
Yes, my egg. So you want to kiss my lucky egg, man?
What were you saying, Randy?
No, he was in another show that's on HBO now. They have it's like the robot show in the Wild West.
Westworld.
Oh, what's yeah?
Westworld. Yeah, he was actually the original robot in Westworld.
Okay, well I'm gonna have
And
to
he was
watch
like
that.
a gunslinger that came back, and these people would be launched into Westworld, and he would be the one that would try to kill you.
I'll check that out, but
Oh,
It's a
that's
great
an
show.
awesome. Yeah, it's the show is good, but watch the original movie that Yul Brynner was in. It was awesome.
now I'm talking about Cool Runnings, and that's the way I feel about myself.
I thought that Cool Runnings was the one with the Jamaican
Making
Bobsled
bobsled
team.
bobsled team.
Yul Brynner was the a-hole.
with John Candy.
Yeah, he was the a-hole. Remember, he didn't like Senka. Senka was way too nice for him. He didn't like Senka.
Don't
So
remember.
So you had the fast guy, then you had the rich guy, the rich spoiled guy,
And then you had the
you
muscular guy. That was
muscular
Yul
guy,
Brynner.
and then the skinny comedian.
Yep.
Yul Brynner was like a
used to
muscle
be
guy.
skinny. I used
Yeah.
to be the
No,
Yeah, he was the buff dude. And
Yul
he,
Brynner was the guy that was in the Ten Commandments.
bruh, first off, you're too young. How old are you?
Me, I'm 35.
Okay, well then you can talk.
You know what?
Larry,
I
I,
hate
think
when
you were
people
the
do
youngest
this.
here.
Am I? How old are you, Josh?
36?
You guys don't
Whoa!
look that old.
Whoa! Hold the fuck on. Did you just say Larry's the youngest here?
I was figuring you were about the same age, Nick.
This is my first and last appearance on this podcast. And this is my resignation from Ghost Prior Media.
I'll
Yeah,
be
I believe,
37
Nick is
later
actually-
this year.
Wow. Well, y'all some young looking. Y'all some young looking folk, man. Hey, respect.
I have that baby.
Apparently
face first.
not.
No, first off, Adam, we're not talking about you. We know you're old.
Apparently not. We're some young looking folk.
No, I know you're younger than I am.
Wow.
So, hey, Larry, Yul Brynner was not in Cool Runnings, so I think you're confusing him with someone else.
I'm trying to look that up to see what movies he was
False.
in. I don't
No,
remember
no,
being
no,
in
no,
that.
no. See, you're looking up for an actor. I'm talking about the character.
See,
Oh.
y'all still
Oh,
going
okay, I'm
over
like,
this. You just
that
called me
doesn't
old.
count.
I'm talking about
Larry
the
is defined
character.
as old. I basically figure if you're under the age of like
Look, hold up,
50, you're young.
hold up. Look, I'm going to show you real quick on camera, and I hope this gets us flagged. Right there, this gentleman, what's that say?
Mark
Yul
Yul Brynner.
Yul Brynner.
He
Y'all!
looks nothing like Yul Brynner.
Yo, it don't matter. That's who he played in the
No,
movie.
that
That
is
was
not Yul
1990s.
Anyhow,
Free.
Give me
not
some.
over the fact that I was just called not the youngest person in here.
I'm not talking
Wait,
about the actual actor.
That is Yul
They look
Brynner.
nothing alike, Larry.
Nothing alike.
I say Cool Runnings, though. That was Cool Runnings.
But
He
that's
wasn't in
Yul
Cool
Brynner.
Runnings.
But Yul
We're going
Brynner
on
was.
track. All right.
You guys are just
Let's bring it
going
back
off.
in. Let's bring it back in.
So first off, Nick, I'm
so
sorry.
I'm offended.
Feelings? You're
Make us all
podcast
feel
about
old.
feeling.
We got a Pierce Sixer breaking out in the middle of the ring right now.
I'm only 24. Come on.
He's 24 years old, and he's like he knows stuff that like.
I was gonna say,
I
we're
call him. He
sitting-
reminds me of a young me. When I was his age, I knew all this stupid stuff, and now I can't remember crap. But he remembers it all. It's like, oh yeah, remember back when Dusty Rose
24-year-old.
lit
You don't speak
Harley
like a
Race on
24-year-old.
fire?
Hey, Ed even said in the comments, 1993. Ed knew who I was talking about. Thank you, Ed.
Yeah,
Ed
like,
knew
that's
that?
the thing is.
Yeah, of course Ed knew that.
You're knowing things that like I don't even remember. Well, I don't. Remember.
Okay, first off, if he even said this actor John Candy was in it.
Racing podcast.
Yeah,
let's get
we've
back to
just
racing.
we've hit a completely different aspect of where y'all are annoying me. But
Well, we
hey,
are talking racing. You're talking about
Yeah,
Cool
so-
Runnings.
so-
It was Jamaican bobsled team.
We
Yeah.
want to talk about fun facts. I can give you fun facts from the 90s. You probably don't even remember.
That's
Yeah,
probably
I
not
guarantee I
true.
don't.
But hey,
Fuck
seriously,
tonight.
all right. So we'll take that cut back right onto the actual Cup Series. Thanks, Ed. The Cup
Did we
Series.
wanna go
man,
back to the trash
so we
race?
seen a suspension for Blake Gordon, and he's come back and done what the alien does.
Wait, did you say suspension?
Anybody got something to say
Yeah,
about
he
that?
was
Because
suspended
I
for a
ain't
few
got
races.
nothing.
What
to say
did I
about that.
miss?
Jesus Christ!
You're calling the races, and you
sportsman-
don't even know he was suspended?
I don't
He
call
got
it
suspended.
suspension.
He got suspended for the actions at the last race of the Sportsman Series.
For what it's worth, I didn't know he was suspended either, and I'm calling the Cup Series. But Josh and I made some speculation. We were
Yeah,
kind of assuming.
Wait, he got suspended for a racing incident? What are we, like NASCAR in 2004?
It's against the rules. It's against the rules.
So
Yeah.
that
we have league rules.
the actual incident was completely against league rules, and unfortunately,
Drive down in the corner and
you know what?
hold
No,
it-
you know what? No, I'm not even going to say unfortunately. He wrecked Joe Dinsmore to win a race, and he got suspended for it. And it
I
wasn't
wouldn't call
what it
that wrecking
was.
to win. I can show you what wrecking to win looks like.
I
I
can
was
too.
But
In this
considering-
league, again, that's the difference in AOLL. It's your responsibility to keep control of your car. So if someone gets wrecked because you run into them, it's your fault.
Yeah, like me. I went to the back end of the field because I wrecked into. Yeah.
And by the way, when he caused the caution on Wednesday in the Craftsman and the Truck Series race, and he spun out, did he get an EOL? Did he give himself an EOL? No. That's another trash move, but that's a separate thing.
First off, hold up. This is good because what do we call these? Justin, what do we call those? Blake cautions, right?
Obviously, if he didn't cause that caution, he wins the race. So obviously, he didn't do it on purpose. There was no ill intent. He was trying to go 3 wide, and on new tires, the trucks were super loose in 1 and 2. So
He was not trying to go 3 wide. He was trying to pass Billy. I was 2 car lengths ahead of Billy and already passed him. Blake might have caught me in the next corner. He keeps saying that he was trying to pass me and Billy in one fell swoop. I was on the back straightaway while he was still underneath Billy coming out.
well, yeah, but he was going to turn down below you to try going. I know he was going to dive bomb you into 3, and we all know it.
Oh yeah, I know that. I knew I was going to be. He's going to catch me by 3 because he's on fresh tires, and I think I was on like probably lap 7 or 8 on mine.
I'm gonna be a
when-
realist. Blake scares the piss out of me when he has fresh tires behind me, and he comes out of nowhere and passes me. And I'm not talking ill will on him, but he scares the piss out of me. He's that fast.
So
Last night was different. I
He's
mean,
that
last
fast.
night we had, or Wednesday night, we had so many people on different strategies. Like me and Johnny came out of the pits with somebody else, and like me and him started driving through the field. And then Blake and a few other people, probably about 6 or 7 people, they all pitted, and they came out of the pits. And then another probably a group of 8 or 9 people all pitted at once. So there was 3 different ones in one strategy and thing. So everybody was faster than you on the track at any given moment.
Hey, first off, real quick, I'm going to throw this out there because I think Justin has something he wants to say, so I don't want to interrupt him. Ed just threw out in the comments, because I can see the live comments as they come in. Ed threw out there, he said, there is no rule for an EOL for self-spin in AOLL. So...
In Cup or Sportsman, yep.
No, AOLL, so that's period. That's period.
I do believe that was thrown out in the TNT, though.
Yeah, it's not for the self-spin. It's if you bring out a caution. I thought if you were the cause of the caution, you were supposed to call it out and get an EOL.
So, hey, you know what? That's actually good, because as far as I was tracking, Justin, I agree with that. That's what I was tracking.
Okay, then I'm mistaken. Then I apologize.
No, because you were tracking what I'm tracking. That, as far as I'm tracking, that's the same, right? Like, but as far as Ed just popped in, he said Cup or Sportsman. So if that's the case, then we thought different.
So there is no rule for that?
Apparently not.
Apparently you cannot.
You
You
mean
can pull a Kyle Busch all day
after I
long.
wrecked Josh,
This season,
I didn't have to go to the back?
No, if you self-spin
It's
yourself.
a self-spin.
Hey,
Self-spin.
If you pull a Kyle Busch and spin yourself out, or a Dale
Oh.
Jr. and spin yourself out,
Well-
to call the caution.
Well, and I'll say one thing. I mean, I'm guilty of it, but I mean, you know, I don't know, man. I mean, it's kind of one of them things that it could be a hindrance, but it could be a good thing. So
It was a bad thing for me.
I think that
great
if
thing
there's
for me. I wouldn't have won the race if he hadn't spun. So
I got trapped a lap down and I had to take the wave around. So I
Yeah,
actually know I
so
got a
did
lucky dog.
everybody else. So I came out of the pits with fresh tires in either fifth or no. I was fifth and Dan Witt was sixth, and we were the two with fresh tires. So we blew past everybody. And then, like I said, that's when I wasn't paying attention. I didn't realize Dan had fresh tires too, until I realized that he did. And then thankfully I had time so I could go.
I got the lucky dog, and I thought I had a fresh set of tires. So whenever I came through, I was topped off, and I was like, "Crap! They didn't change my tires." And I was like, "Crap! I was out of tires. Man, that sucks." I was hoping to be the lucky dog and be able to drive right back through the field with fresh tires, but it did not happen.
Hey, just real quick, Ed just threw out. He said, "I'll double check. Could be wrong. Been wrong before." But hey, first off,
Often.
I don't think Ed is wrong very often, man. Ed, first off, man, thanks for Ed's been here all night. You know how that's awesome, man. Thank you, Ed.
We're boring as hell, so it's for us to be hung around.
Well,
It's fun for us.
I know.
It's, honestly,
I love
it's
it.
probably been like watching Josh in the TNT series. So
Oh,
I
thank you.
love it, and I love two different aspects of this. I love
Watching
that.
52 laps of caution at Phoenix last week.
Hey,
It's a
I
blast
love
to
the
call
last
that.
15 laps of it. Those cautions went in my favor to get me a really good finishing spot compared to where I finished last year's Phoenix race.
Hey, Ed said.
Congratulations.
Ed said that we're great, but I want to tell you guys that first off, we've hit that 2-hour mark, and we're gonna let it run a little over. If you got to go on and go. But I want to tell you guys that well, first off, I got plenty of vodka, so I can go all freaking night. But
We're gonna be here a while.
no. What I'm saying is that we're gonna have to cut the podcast at a certain hour. Now, if you guys want to stick around and talk, we'll stick around and talk, and then we can pull this shindig back up next week. But I want to throw out there first off, Ed, thank you, man. You have been commenting all night from the beginning to the end, and that's awesome.
I don't know if they're
man.
trying to show it's not in focus.
I know. It's for Josh. You know what this is?
White flag.
This is Boner Jams 89.
We're gonna get flagged for copyright infringement now.
Hey,
Like a lot worse than that.
but here's my
Don't
thing.
forget, Randy wants to go skinny dicking.
Just a tip, though.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Randy,
That's all I got.
The important question is condom or no condom.
What I want to point out is first off, we've had a phenomenal guest tonight, man. Justin, thank you, man. You're not only just extremely candid with the way you talk, but man, you have something to say with everything, man. I love it.
I mean, you're welcome for my amazingness.
That's some humbleness right there.
I mean, yeah, what can you really say to it, right? Like, But we got to get back into Cup a little bit, man. I can't let it cut out like that. So let's get into Cup. Let's delve into Cup.
This week we're gonna be at Atlanta Motor Speedway for Cup Series, and I after doing 190 laps, or actually I only did 170 of the 190 laps. I love the new iRacing track setup. I love the multiple grooves. We can run low, middle, high, dive under. There was a lot of stuff going on. So I am thrilled to race this weekend at Atlanta.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's not easy. I mean, there are a lot of options, but it's not easy. So it'll be a lot of fun to be on the track. I think we should put on a really good show at Atlanta. I think that AOLL, the guys that we have, I think it's going to be a great race.
Well, you're going to have me back. I'm going to be back and expect
in the car or in the booth?
No, in the car. Come on.
Oh,
So
I'm not allowed to play in the booth anymore, man. And you know,
we have a special guest in the booth this week, though.
Yeah, I'm getting booted out of my normal commentating spot.
Are we getting Chris?
No, we are going to have John Gordon in with us this week.
All right, cool.
he's not going to drive?
No, his pedals are being funky. So
Right,
I need to send him back his old pedals.
I don't know. You may want to reach out to him.
John, if you're listening, man, you need to let us know. No,
he's waiting for a part from Fantex. So.
Hey, we will take care of John, man. Don't play that BS, man. We took care of you. We'll take care of John.
Well, John,
he's just waiting on a
his
replacement
pedal,
part from what I understand.
You might have a guy show up for a non-playoff race for once on a Sunday.
I mean,
what?
He's
talking about me. I'm referencing myself. In the
You're going to show up on Sunday?
Possibly.
One day.
Can you run? Are you allowed to run in Cup?
No. He's talking about booth.
Oh, in the booth. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he hangs out with his other family on Sunday night on NASCAR Heat, from my understanding, and he goes out there and does that wonderfulness with his lifelong friends.
He cheats on us, is what you're saying.
Oh, hey, well, they're more entertaining than most of you.
Slut.
Whoa, what?
I prefer whore. Okay.
First off,
Captain America now. Stop it. I'm just gonna go watch Captain America and I'm gonna have a good night. So
First off, I thought, I like Carl. Carl, you're all right. But I thought me and Nick were boys. Like,
oh.
And he has just continuously proved me wrong. Adam,
how?
Or after you called him old.
How?
That was me.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
These two up front, they look. Honestly, if I had to go from age, I would have went. Randy's the oldest. No offense, Randy. Adam would have been the second oldest. You would have been the third oldest. I would have been the fourth, and that's only because I'm not allowed to grow a beard. Fifth oldest would have went towards. Daggum, man. I don't know. They all look young. Josh. Then we would have went Carl, and then we would have went Nick. Nick would have been the youngest.
Well, if you ask Josh, I'm one of the oldest people here.
You're pulling out facts from when I was like 10.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing about it. He knows more crap about old stuff that I don't even remember. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Part of my job.
You weren't alive in 1983.
Part of my job.
Knowing stupid facts about stuff that has nothing to do with anything else in life. Not.
Knowing facts about NASCAR to keep people actually entertained during the
When he goes on Jeopardy, he needs to be the man.
Who won the 1984 or 1994 Pepsi 400? Who won?
94 Pepsi 400?
Yes.
Was this Marlon?
Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon.
No.
Damn it! Had to throw it out there.
I thought it was Jeff Gordon.
Any other? Jimmy Spencer.
Jesus.
I was an AIT then.
Oh yeah, that's when he was driving for Junior Johnson.
Exactly.
And that's when that car. There's a story behind that car. Junior Johnson went up to Darrell Waltrip, and he said to Darrell Waltrip, "Darrell, we're going to win every single race till they find out what's wrong with that car." So NASCAR came up to Junior and said, "Hey, don't bring that car back." They brought it back twice more. He won twice more. Only races he ever won in his career with that car.
True.
You're proving my point here.
It was so illegal. It was so bad, but it was bad fast.
After he won that race, who ate dinner with it? Do you know who that was?
Let me guess. Was it you, Randy?
It was me at Wendy's. We ate dinner together.
Hey, man. So
Did he get like a Baconator? What did he get?
He was called out and said McDonald's, and since that was his sponsor.
No, actually, we were Wendy's. It was pretty funny. He showed up at Wendy's. I was like, that's kind of wild. And he sat down next to me and started talking to him.
Well, Randy, it's been almost 30 years. How illegal was that car?
Pretty much as just about as much as Jeff Gordon's car was in the All-Star race that one year.
I was going to say, I think the story behind that one is that he was running the wrong size restrictor plate. He had a lead shot the size of a damn exhaust pipe. His spoiler would go further down on the straightaway because they had it loosened. Everything was in just a little bit too far. That thing was so illegal.
Oh, absolutely. But he's not the first guy, so.
Oh, no, he wasn't the first guy.
He won't be the last one either.
No, he won't be the last one either. Yeah.
Hey, you know what they say, man? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I mean, how did Jimmy Johnson win 7 championships? You're not going to win 7 championships without cheating a little bit.
Yeah, check mouse.
First off, don't.
How many of those races would he have won without like a lead shot?
Don't talk about Jimmy Johnson like that, man. Look, I'm a Jeff Gordon fan, but at the end of the day, I'm a Hendrick Motorsports fan. Don't talk about Jimmy J like that.
They all cheat. They all cheat.
So, all right, here's what I will get you guys riled up with this one. Do you really think that Dale Earnhardt Sr. won his Daytona 500 win on his 20th try?
First off,
fairly.
First off, hold up. First off, you're not gonna get me riled up because I'm not a Dale Earnhardt Sr. fan. God rest this man's soul.
No, you're gonna get me riled up.
God rest that man's soul.
I love that.
But you got to realize one thing. I grew up.
I said senior, not junior.
I grew up in that age, and I also grew up. And me and you, Randy, have talked about it before. I grew up a Gordon fan because at the time that Gordon was up and coming, that was when I got into NASCAR. So that was kind of that correlation.
So you jumped on the bandwagon?
No, it was that correlation of the two. Really? Because, I mean, technically the Intimidator was the Intimidator until he fucking, unfortunately, God rest his soul, passed.
He's a Bengals fan. You cannot call him a bandwagoner.
So can you really call me a bandwagoner? I'm not really a Jimmy Johnson fan. The funny thing is I'm a Rick Hendrick fan. So
who do you cheer for now?
Mr. H is a good guy, man. No reason not to.
Yeah, who do you cheer for now?
I root for anybody that's driving for Rick Hendrick. So
that's fair.
He's a team guy.
I've still have followed that with Chase Elliott. I mean, hey, that's awesome, man. You won a championship. I still root for Byron because he drives a 24. And that's at the end of the day, it's Rick Hendrick, and that's what I grew up cheering on. So I'm a massive Jeff Gordon fan. It was 24. I stick with Rick Hendrick, but at the end of the day, 24 is my driver. That's cool that they won a championship with freaking Chase Elliott, but guess what? It still wasn't William Byron. So
on what Randy said about 98, there's actually a story about that 3-car as well.
The luck of the penny and all that.
Yes, the luck of the penny, but the engine size. Apparently, it was 14 cubic. It's like 14 cubic inches.
Some of us are great.
So it was a little too big. And I guess he was running the wrong size restrictor plate, but NASCAR let it slide because, well, it was Dale Earnhardt. It was his 20th try. And if they would have overturned that win, the entire sport would have rioted.
Well there was a lot of hesitancy recently. Everybody. There was a lot of hesitancy recently about the whole thing with, like, the checking the lug nuts after and, like, whether or not NASCAR would overturn a win. And I think they overturned one in either the Truck Series or Xfinity last year.
They did. They backfired real big. See, here's the thing.
Crazy.
Think you go to the season finale, right? The championship winner gets a lug nut off on his left rear tire on the last pit stop. He wins the championship. He pulls in. You check his lug nuts. All of a sudden, hey, you're not the champ anymore. Let's see what they do then.
Okay, hold on. Let me give the Katniss Aberdeen real quick. All right. we've delved down a freaking rabbit hole that we're never going to get out of, right? If I can
Thank
say
you
that.
very much. I appreciate
Okay,
everybody for coming out tonight. It's been a great show.
So, absolutely. First off, if we want to continue this, all right, I'm cool with that. But we can't continue this on this particular channel. So, what we'll do is do you guys want to keep talking about this? I'm cool with that. I need a yes or no.
No, I actually we need to wrap this up. I've got a wife in the other room that really.
Well, you could cut it. You could cut it. But anybody that wants to stick around. So what we're going to do is we're going to cash out on the AOLL Cup Series. We're going to cut this broadcast feed, and then we'll
wait. We got to pick who is going to win this week.
Listen. Like I just said, we're going to
that's
cut.
wrapping it up.
We're cutting it out, and then once we cut it out, we're going to bring it back into the feed. And if you guys want to talk about Cup and stuff like that, we'll talk about that on a different feed. We're going to do a little after show if you guys want to talk about it. But right now, we're going to finish AOLL Cup.
Randy's giving you the go home cue. He's the producer right now. He's giving you the go home cue.
Well,
Can I ask Justin one question that I wanted to ask?
Yeah, absolutely.
We didn't have time.
Absolutely.
So, Justin, I know you were very upset about how the Phoenix race went with the constant cautions and all of that. Do you think, as a league, there's anything that can change to keep that from happening?
So that was a tough situation because it wasn't an easy setup to drive. It really wasn't. It wasn't the same person causing each and every caution. So that was just a circumstance, especially in the second half of the race, where you saw the clock ticking. You knew we were only going to have a few laps of green flag left. So I think people were just pushing harder. It was almost like the mood of the race. If you watch the entire broadcast, just people were driving. I mean, if you watch like where Blake and I were entering turns 1 and turn 3 relative to other drivers, I mean, people who finished 10th were driving in 4 car lengths deeper than we were. So I don't know what the circumstances were that caused that to happen, because it was obviously that's not typical of how the league usually runs, which is why it was so frustrating. We did talk about taking an hour of practice off of the Thursday practice and adding it to the beginning of the Sunday race so that there's a 2-hour practice before qualifying. And I think that will be a big help, because last week the Thursday setup the setup was the same, but it felt completely different from Thursday to Sunday. So I think just having a longer practice under the same conditions will actually make the racing a lot better. I think it'll make qualifying times a lot closer, because if you practice hot laps all night Thursday night, some of that doesn't transfer over to Sunday anyway. So I think that taking that extra hour and adding it to the beginning of the Sunday races will actually do a lot for everybody.
For what our viewers don't know is the Sportsman of TNT series and both the IBRL series, they all pick a particular date and time, and that's it. It's kind of like a iRacing default time, and they give you the best rough guess estimate of what that is. Our Cup Series use dynamic weather for that particular day of it, and it's always variable change. You can't really mimic it. So whatever we practice on Thursday night, like you said, the temperature of the track could vary, 5 degrees on Sunday night. So they bumped up the practice 2 hours on Sunday night, so you can be acclimated to that as well. You kind of get a brief understanding what a truck or the car is going to drive on Thursday, and then show up on Sunday, and you have more time to actually figure out what the car is actually going to do and work on it.
Yeah, the Sunday setup, or the Sunday car, I keep saying setup, the Sunday conditions were much snappier loose off the turns than they were on Thursday.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, we're looking forward.
So it was just an unfortunate convergence of circumstances. It was nobody's fault, but as someone who, I needed those green flag laps to try and either wreck or pass Blake, so I needed that green flag time, and I just wasn't getting it.
I needed all the caution laps to make my tire strategy work.
Can I be candid real quick?
No.
Go for it.
Screw Blake, man. I hope you win.
On
Blake,
Sunday?
is Blake going to join us?
I have my own pick on Sunday,
No,
but
tonight.
So Blake, unfortunately, he sent a message out. He's not going to make it tonight. He said that he would be wide open next weekend, and for the fact that I am tracking that he doesn't get a lot of time to be able to come out here, we are going to pull him in next weekend no matter what. So we can count on him as somebody that will be on.
Well, I mean, he has a vested interest in all four of the topics we're talking about. He's now in IVRL. He's the admin for TNT and races in the other two divisions.
Absolutely.
So, he's done a great job in the TNT league. I mean, just as a viewer of the league, his work is it's impressive what he does with that league.
First off, that was the most. I don't want to say respectful.
Civil.
No, civil. Thoughtful. Those are good words. Those are good words that I've ever heard Justin say. I don't want to say respectful because Justin's always respectful. But those words were fantastic. Did you say you had hot mic?
No, I said on the mic I'm respectful.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know, man. You're pretty candid.
I'm a douche. Yes, that's correct.
What? I'm not gonna say douche.
So, all right, let's do the picks. We'll start with Justin and work our way back up to me.
I mean, this is sound crappy, but Atlanta fits my driving style, so I'm gonna pick me.
I love it.
I know that's
me. That's I can't disagree with you. I'm actually going to pick Justin myself.
I don't like agreeing with Randy, but I'm going to pick Justin.
Y'all really going to do this to me? Like I feel the need to go different. Joe. Going Joe Densmore.
Josh?
I've honestly been waiting for it. I'm actually going to go with Dan Shirley.
I love it.
I finished 100 laps down last week because I didn't turn a lap. This week I'm going to turn a lap and I'm going to win. I'm just kidding.
Congrats.
I got to go with Blake Gordon.
I was going to say this is Cup, so.
I'm going to go with my my brother from a different mother, Steve Gottschalk.
I do love that guy. I do love that guy, man. That's a good guy.
He is. He is the reason not the reason I'm in the league. He's who reintroduced me to the league, and like I said, he's been a friend for, a long time.
Fantastic guy, fantastic person, man. I think we're gonna cash it tonight. As far as the podcast goes, we're gonna get this uploaded over to Spotify. But as I threw out in the comments, man, if people want to stick around, man, we'll stick around. We'll talk other topics, man. We'll play. I have nothing better to do tonight, so if you guys want to stick around, let's stick around. Let's play. But as far as this podcast goes, man, we're cashing this one. So on part of myself, the GFM team, Justin, man, we appreciate everybody watching, listening tonight, man.
Joseph Causey, he showed up.
Yeah.
Again, everybody. So we hope that. You know what? I'm not going to talk anymore. Randy, take us away.
All right. Folks, thanks for watching the podcast tonight. It's the GFM broadcast crew. Why did you ask me to do this? I was not. I'm not. It's a Ghostfire Media.
I got corrected like 4 times
on the podcast. We want to thank everybody for watching the show tonight. Remember, next week, 8 o'clock, once again, we'll be back out here once again doing this with the winners from this past week. So come on out and watch it once again. And until next time, it's so long from the Sunshine State, baby. It's time to get funky and head on out of here. See you next week, guys.
Play that after-hour show. Let's go.